Come on, 49er faithful, let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mind.
Yeah. Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49er mind.
Oh yeah, freak out, yeah, I'm looking right into the video scope, and this is Macho Man, #1 Macho Man impersonator, past, present, future, yeah, and I'm here to tell you, you are watching 49er Minded with Bashar, yeah, the cream of the crop, dig it?
How's everybody doing? I'm not expecting everybody to do well. Obviously, it was a tough, heartbreaking loss versus the LA Rams in the NFC Championship game. It was hard for me to come on here, but I took a little break and I relaxed a little bit. And hey, I'm here. So, that's half the battle. So let me just say what's up to some people in the chat before I bring my guest on. And we'll do that right now. Let's see what's up. We got Elias Lopez says, "What's up, Bash, over in the 4A? How you doing, man? Big time 49er fan." Schmeed 4, I don't know who that is, but he says the Niners choke, probably a Rams fan. I don't know. What's up, Corey? I know you're devastated. We all are. It's not good. Yeah, it's terrible. So we got a Prius game. He said, "I will get banned from this show after tonight." Okay. Well, I don't know what you're going to say, but interesting. David Yang says, "Tough loss to a great season. Got to thank Jimmy for helping us get out of the dark ages. It's officially trade season." That's right. So without further ado, let me bring on my guest. He's been on our show before. His name is 49erdude. He's a 49er rapper. And here he is all the way from Southern California. How you doing, bro?
What's up, man?
Hey, I'm doing. Hey, it's good to see you. Good to hear from you. I appreciate you coming on with me. I hit up a few other guys, content creators, and they weren't up for the challenge to get to come on. So it means a lot for you to be on here. And I see you sporting the red and gold beer, man. I like that.
Oh yeah, man. I just left the game, man. I went to the game today.
And for the record, I'm drinking a Bacardi and Coke. That's my drink of choice. So hey, I had to do it. This is one of those nights. So I rarely ever touch the alcohol when I'm at home if I'm not in a social environment. But this is one of those nights. We got David McNew in the chat. Says, "Bashar, I am heartbroken. Lamb stacked the box and made Jimmy try to beat them, and it worked."
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
You can say that again. You can definitely say that again.
Great game plan. That's what they were supposed to do. Because I would have did the same thing, stacked the box, and hey, Jimmy beat us, and he couldn't do it. They did what they were supposed to do. They blocked our strongest point.
It's been tough because I love running the ball, Corey. I love it when our team runs the ball well. And throughout the season, for the most part, we have ran the ball very well. This was one of those games where we could not get anything going with the ground game. Their D-line rose up to the challenge. Their linebackers rose up to the challenge. It sucked. I mean, I'm looking at the stat line right now. Elijah Mitchell, 11 carries, 20 yards. That's 1.8 a carry. Debo, 7 carries, 26 yards, 3.7 per carry. It wasn't pretty, man. And it's when teams make us one dimensional. Obviously, passing isn't our strong point. So it's what can you do, man, in that situation?
They sold out. Rams sold out to the run. That's just it. That was a great game plan for us. I mean, for them, because they know what our weakness was. Our weakness is Jimmy G. Okay, and they sold out to the run. That's what they did, man. They shut our run down. They said, "Jimmy, you beat us," and he couldn't come through.
So you were at the game. Can you tell? Let's rewind a little bit. Just do me a favor and tell me about how things were at the tailgate and when you first walk into the stadium and it's the overall feel of the stadium before the kickoff and all that. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, man. It was hype. It was real hype. gang of 49er fans, of course. We kind of outnumbered them out at first, but Rams fans showed up. They showed up today. They really did. We still outnumbered them though, but I think it was some people were saying it was more than the last game. I didn't go to the last game. They said it was more.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask, were there more? Was it a bigger 49er turnout this time around? Because they were expecting, from what I was reading, they were almost making it sound like it was supposed to be like 66% 49er fans. So I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there, obviously. So we still
outnumbered them. We still outnumbered them.
This is what I noticed. This is what really pissed me off. I saw a few tweets going around about it. I was watching the game, and I'm like, why are we going to the silent count? I don't get it. I thought we were the 49er fans were the majority of the crowd, and it doesn't make sense that. Rams fans aren't known to be loud fans by any stretch of the imagination. And the rumor has it that they were pumping in crowd noise. I saw a few tweets that said that they may have been doing it. You were there at the game. I'm not sure if you were noticing any shady things
loud.
Like that going on.
It was loud, man. The Rams fan was like, and when I say they was loud, they were extremely loud, man. I couldn't understand it because, like I said, we still outnumbered them, but it was like about 120 something decimals that they was putting up there, man. So they probably was pumping crowd noise in there, man. There's no way that they should have been that loud, bro.
I mean, when you were there, did it seem like there were more Niner fans than Rams fans? I mean, you said they did show up.
No, it was more Niner fans. Definitely more Niner fans. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we outnumbered them. But
go ahead.
I don't know what happened with the crowd noise, man. Like I said, whatever rumor you heard is probably true.
Okay, yeah, I was tripping when I was watching the broadcast. Let me say what's up to a few other people that I may have missed. See some other people dropping in. We got Raphael 562 says tailgating was amazing. I'm assuming he were at the game, so shout out to you for being in attendance. I'm sure the tailgates looked amazing, and it looked like it was a home crowd. All I saw was a sea of Niner fans. Yeah. Waruna Pereira says extend Jimmy fire. I think he's being very. This guy is the most sarcastic person I know in my life. I don't even know if I should read the comment because people think he's serious. He just says this to fire back at people when they say whatever. I know the guy. I know the guy very well. Yeah. So let's see. I did miss but shout out to Waruna. He's a writer for All 49ers SI. He does know what he's talking about when he's not being sarcastic. Who did I miss? Yeah, I missed John Niner 8 says pack Jimmy gag bags right now, boot his ass out the bay. We're gonna hear a lot of talk like that. We got No Border Sports. I think this is Ryan. I've been on this podcast before with him and Waruna. They just started their YouTube channel going, the No BS podcast, No Border Sports. So definitely check them out. They're big Niner fans. Ryan's over in the Pacific Northwest by Seattle, I think. So big Niner fan, though, originally from the Bay Area. Low the Truth 05 says tired of mediocre Jimmy, but Kupp and OBJ tore up our secondary. Yeah, I mean, Cooper Kupp's been tearing up the whole league this year. That's just what he is, So
you can't be mad at that, man.
Yeah,
it's like the Rams fan can't be mad at what Debo does. You know what I mean? It's like when those great players make their plays, you just have to take that, man. You can't stop those guys. You can only hope to slow them down. You know what I mean? So you just got to stop everybody else, the ones that are not great. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly, yeah. But going into the playoffs, I mean, this is right before a few weeks heading into the playoffs, that is. I was freaking out thinking we didn't stand a chance against any team in the playoffs because at the time we were running Josh Norman out there and Mosley wasn't healthy. And it was Josh Norman and Dante Johnson. I was like, look, there's no way in hell we can even think about smelling or going into the playoffs or even winning a game in the playoffs because we got these guys at cornerback getting pass interferences. Yeah. But Mosley comes back. Ambry Thomas starts to develop and starts making plays. And, hey, we win 2 playoff games and, we're at the doorstep of the Super Bowl. I wasn't expecting that. At one point in the season, I was saying I was literally saying we weren't going to make the playoffs, period. So the team did exceed my expectations. Now, there are people who are hardliners and they say, hey, if you're not winning the Super Bowl, it's a losing season and it's a terrible season. I'm not going to go to that extreme, but considering what my expectations were, sure. I mean, the team was tough, and overall they impressed me, and they won me over for the most part. It's just unfortunate in regards to what happened today, and we didn't get when you're sniffing the Super Bowl, the doorstep of the Super Bowl. You obviously want to go, and you don't want to lose, go down on a losing note like today.
No, we didn't want to lose that one, man. But it's a tough one. We just gotta regroup, get these players signed, give old Jimmy G the boot. It's time. Everybody stepped up in the playoffs except Jimmy. He's thrown picks before this game, 2 picks, no touchdowns. So it wasn't because of Jimmy we were winning. It was in spite of Jimmy that we were winning. And today we needed Jimmy G with his winning ways. He's a winning quarterback, and we needed him to win the game today. When the game was on his shoulders, he couldn't do it. Like he has not done it in the playoffs, period. So I hope the Jimmy G fans see that it's not Jimmy G. Jimmy G he's not the reason we're winning. Well, I'm going to say it's not his field play is why we winning. He could be a good motivator or something. You know what I mean? He could have good locker room speeches to get the guys pumped up. They like Jimmy G. They like to play for Jimmy G. It's kind of like a good leader at, let's say you work at Home Depot or something, and you're the manager. You know how to get your guys to work hard for you. That could be the Jimmy G that we have. But on the field, Jimmy G is garbage, period. It's time for him to go. We gave up all those picks for Trey Lance. It's his time to shine. What you feel about that?
I had my mic muted. Otherwise, I ought have been laughing up a storm during your rant right there. Man. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so just to let you know, I wish I had told, I'm not sure if I told you or not, but later in the show we're going to get our listeners involved. So we're going to be fielding calls from the listeners later.
Let's do it.
I didn't throw up the link just yet, but I want to shout out a few of the people in the chat so far that I haven't recognized yet. We got Shardal from SG Sports Talk Channel. What's up, dude? Nice to have you on. We got Tommy Huxley, the YouTube guitarist, but diehard 49er fan, no doubt. Always supports the channel. Always on a lot of other 49er podcasts. Great dude. And we have, who am I missing? I'm probably missing somebody else.
That's right, Tommy. Jimmy sucks. I'm with you, Tommy. I'm with you.
And we have Celts Chronicles, who was my guest on the previous show. Great guy, really, really nice guy, and brand new YouTuber. Subscribe to his channel so we will finally get to see a breath of fresh air with an explosive offense. Knock on wood. I tried my best to refrain from saying the guy's name, but I said it in my recent tweet. I was just saying how it was a heartbreaking loss, but hey, let the Trey let the Trey Lance dynasty begin is what I pretty much said on my most recent tweet. We got Werowski from Southern California. Can I video in a few minutes? Yeah, I don't know if you're. I'd like to get you on first, to be honest with you. When I do start taking the calls, Werowski, because you're somebody I've been wanting to get on here for quite some time. So I'm gonna drop the link pretty soon, actually. And I'm going to start, usually I go through an organized rundown of our scoring possessions, our scoring drives, and the stats and all that. But this is one of those emotional things where I just want to talk it out with the fans. I don't really want to be like this technical football analyst and anything like that. I just want to be one of the guys to say, well, we're all 49er fans. We all love the 49er fans, so we do this for the Niners. Okay, give you a few minutes to set up. All good. I'll put you on first, Borowski. Real talk, I will, because I want to hear from you. But hey, for everybody, I'm dropping the link in the chat. Certain people might go on for a little longer than others. I'm going to try to fill people in order. And, I'll be typing in the private chat of the show who I might put on next or whatever. Or, just let you guys know to stay tight or whatever, But I'm going to try to do my best to be fair. And trust me, if I don't recognize your screen name, and I have no idea what your YouTube screen name dictates, I'm not going to put you on. Because there's too many dumb fuck trolls out there, and we don't have time for that shit. especially after a game like this. So let me see what's up. This dude's a Seahawks fan, but really, really cool guy. Seahawks Eddie. Shout out to you, bro. I know you're on my Instagram, and I know you're a good dude. Says what's up, 49er dude. Yeah, man. Good to have you on, man.
What up?
George Bailey 2.0. I took a deep breath and said it's finally it's over. Yeah, this season has been a rocky one. Very unpredictable. Yeah. A lot of twists and turns. A lot of times where we were like, wow, whoa, look at that touchdown. Look at that play. Look at that hit. Look at that sack. And a lot of great, amazing plays, but some sad times and some disappointing times during the season as well. And so, it's just, you couldn't make it up, man. And this has been like, honestly, if they were to choose a 49er, an NFL, Hard Knocks, for like a full entire season, like this would have probably been like the high, if they chose the Niners, this would have been like the highest rated one, because it was just filled with the season was just filled with all sorts of drama, all sorts of storylines, all sorts of things that you couldn't predict. This fan going at this fan, saying we should do this and we should do that, and Shanahan should go, Shanahan should stay, and all kinds of crazy stuff, man. What do you think there, 49er dude?
Yeah, Shanahan kind of mismanaged that clock and them timeouts, though, man. We had 3 timeouts to their 0, like 6 minutes left, and then I looked up. We had 1 left. I said, wait a minute, man, what happened? I didn't even know we used those 2 timeouts. And I'm there at the game, watching the game, and I didn't even know we called timeouts. So he kind of mismanaged the game. I still like Cal. I want him to stay. You know what I mean? He ain't going nowhere, though. But he going to go somewhere if he don't get rid of Jimmy G, though. But, yeah, man, it's been a lot of storylines for our team this season, and I appreciate the stories that they did give us this year, because, like you said, man, they got us to the NFC Championship game,
and we weren't expecting it, obviously.
Nah, man.
I do have a guest.
3-5.
I do have a guest waiting in the wings. I said I was going to put Warowski on first, but he still got to set something up or whatever. So in the meantime, I'm going to put my boy on. His screen name says No Crypto. But it's Ryan from No Border Sports podcast on YouTube, the No BS Best Podcast. He's all the way in the Pacific Northwest wearing his stunner shades. What is up, Ryan? Thank you for coming on, man. How you doing?
What's good?
Let's go,
who's
Ryan.
Going to the game? What's good? Hey, we lost, but you know what? We lost, but we're family, and it's always good to see my fellow 49er family, just sit face to face and talk to them. So it's good to have you on.
I'm glad you're on here and not cowering like a bitch,
It was hard. I mean, it wasn't like I was yelling and screaming and pounding around the house and throwing things. I wasn't there, but I was just drained. I was emotionally drained, and I was jumping on conference calls with other Niner fans on Twitter, and a bunch of people yelling at each other, and people were hitting me up, are you going to come on? You're going to come on? I was like, I don't know. And then 49er dude hit me up, and I was like, maybe I'm going to come on. Maybe I'm not. Maybe. I kept playing the tic-tac-toe thing in my mind. And
you got to get back on. Hey.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, man? I do this for my 49er fans. I love my 49er fans and brothers and sisters out there. So we started from the preseason, and hey, we're here in the postseason, and it didn't go our way. Nothing's guaranteed, and that's what it is, man. So what's on your mind, Ryan? What's up?
Well, I kind of want to speak to that a little bit. Like, now that I'm essentially quote unquote a content creator, it didn't hit me as hard, because I was like, okay, well, we gotta go talk about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna hit me tomorrow hard when I get to work, and I'm sitting there and I'm bored and I can't think about how the Niners are still in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's what's suck. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, right now, I'm still kind of riding our whole journey here, and I want to give thanks to all the players. They played their ass off this season. Even Jimmy. I'm not a big Jimmy fan, but
he sacrificed his body the whole season, so
he was there for the team. Whether he should have been there or not doesn't matter. He played. He put in the time. Thank you, sir. Where was I? I was on some stream earlier, and they were like, "No apologies." Oh, I was on Kelts. Kelts had a stream right after the game. I was on his. Someone was like, "No apologies," and I was like, or no no accolades as you go, Jimmy. And I'm like, no. He was a champ when it came to things. Like he was teaching Trey things. He was being, an applicable teammate to everybody, you know what I mean, and doing great things as far as, being a everyday person. You know what I mean? On his gameplay on the field wasn't as good as his personality, but he deserves a thank you and a goodbye and a salute, because I think he's probably the third best quarterback in 49ers history.
You're talking about Jimmy G. You think he's the third best quarterback in Niner history?
I'll take Jeff Garcia over Jimmy G.
I like Garcia a bit better too in general. The thing is, he didn't go as deep in his playoff runs, and aside from all that,
Jeff Garcia didn't rescue the 49ers from a crumbling mess.
Exactly.
Fiery mess, and that's why I get to him.
Yeah,
I mean, he did have weapons, so
I think Jimmy had more stacked teams, though. Let's be real. I think Jimmy had more stacked teams than Jeff Garcia did, minus him having T.O.
And I personally loved watching Jeff Garcia play. I don't like listening to him to talk lately, but his play.
I'm with you on that.
His play back in the day, I was all for him. I was like, yeah, I like that little guy jumping up and snapping the ball real quick. You know what I mean? I got no issues with that guy.
He'll take off on you too.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I like Steve Young so much. Yeah. Because when the play broke down, you knew it wasn't over. You know what I mean? Like everybody always loved, Joe Montana when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know if Joe Montana could cut it in these days, because it was, a lot quicker defenses. They were getting everybody moving, and to have Steve Young over Joe Montana at that time was probably way better. You know what I mean? We might not have made.
I remember that.
Yeah. Keep talking.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So Montana actually had some good legs on him, though. People don't realize that, though. He could move around and throw very well on the run. That was one thing I liked about Montana.
In the beginning, but he got banged up, man. He got banged up, and he slowed down over time. And
back then, they used to hit you like crazy,
Yeah.
So all right. So Ryan, any final thoughts? Because I'm going to move on to the next caller. I got a lot of people waiting today. It's going to be a pretty hectic show. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
It's a problem to have, sir.
I know. I love having you on now. I had you on so many times, and it's always a pleasure. And I've been on your channel before, too. We're running on No Border Sports.
First No BS podcast. I want to thank 49erdude for coming on tonight.
I'm going to come visit you, having me. Ryan. I'm going to come visit your channel, bro.
No Border Sports. There, bro. No Border Sports. Yeah. Get him on as guest. He's a great rapper. He's got the song 49er Fresh and Gold Blooded.
Oh, bro.
So, yeah, definitely check out his music. I put the links up to his YouTube and all his social media in the description video of this box. This description box.
I just shot another video today, too.
Oh, wow. Okay. Great news. Great to hear.
49erdude, you got some pull in the community?
The community, of course.
Can you do me one favor?
What's up?
There's a 14-year-old young man named Amin the Dream. And I'm trying to get this young man to 1,000 likes.
1,000 subs.
1,000 subs. Can you put the community behind this? Please.
Shoot me.
I'll send you his link. I'll give you his link on Messenger. I'll send you his link.
Thank you, sir. And I'm out.
I do what I
All right, Ryan. Thank you, man. We're going to go to our next guest. Thank you, Ryan. Really appreciate it, from the Pacific Northwest. Peace. Ryan from No Border Sports. Take care. Awesome, dude. Hey, I'm really happy to put this next guy on, because I watched this guy a lot when he was on YouTube. He reps the Niners super, super hard in the LA area. I'm not sure exactly where in the LA area, but Werowski is an awesome dude, huge 49er fan, diehard. So I'm gonna put this guy on right now. What's up, Werowski? How you doing, man? Hey, I know it sucks we lost, but I'm happy to see you on here, bro. Well, I love talking about Niner family.
I wanted to say one thing. What a great season, man. From where we came from, the run we made at the end. What can you say, man? That shit was incredible. I'm sorry for cussing. That was incredible, man. Mm-hmm. You have to realize the Rams are a really good team, man. They went out and they got players.
Yeah.
And to show you the heart of this team, we beat them twice this season, and we were in the game today. We didn't get blown out. People thought we had no business being in the playoffs. I knew once we got in, and by the way, we got in the hard way, right? We had to win that last round game to get in.
And we were wild card team. That's the hardest way to get in.
And then I said, once we got in, I said, this team's going to do something. And unfortunately, we wanted them to do more, but I can't say number, but be proud of what this team accomplished this year. I think it was a successful season. The injury to Verrett and Mostert, I think had we had those guys this year, man, it would have been a different story, man.
I think it would have been a wrap. I think we would have taken it all the way, baby.
Could you imagine Mitchell and Mostert in the backfield, man?
Exactly.
Oh, and then
and Debo.
Like I said, Debo's a.
I forgot about the whole Verrett thing. He was so good, man. We missed him. We missed him big time.
We would have been deeper at secondary, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, we lost to a very talented team. We hung in there. People are gonna say we didn't belong there. You know, okay, we didn't belong there, but look where we got, bro. Look who belonged there? The Cowboys, the Eagles. Yeah. Who belonged there?
Yeah, it felt good to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, you know,
I got so many calls from Cowboy fans, man. And right after the game, they all said, "Oh, y'all just couldn't wait. Y'all was lining up like y'all was waiting for government cheese."
This was their year.
Tell me we lost. Couldn't wait.
This was their year.
It's a year every year.
And once we beat the Rams that last regular season game, and we had the Cowboys, I said, it's a wrap. We got them, bro. We got them. And to a lot of 49ers, especially the diehard dudes, it's like a mini Super Bowl right there, man. If you're gonna win one, win that one, bro. And we won that one. We went to Lambeau when they think we weren't gonna hang in that weather, and the defense balled out. Great season. I can't wait for next year. It's gonna be interesting. I'm glad I think the Jimmy chapter's over, and I'm looking forward to see what happens next, man.
Hey, Warowski, I want to tell you this. Been wanting to tell you this for quite some time, because the only way I connect to you is on YouTube, so I don't really have a way of like really messaging you or talking to you. But I want to bring you on as a hour guest, a special guest, like a 1 hour type of deal. So if you're on Instagram, you can add me on 49er Minded, or if you're on Facebook, hit up the 49er Minded Facebook group, or even go on Twitter, hit up the 49er Minded Twitter page. So on one of those things, just we got to communicate somehow, because I definitely want to bring you on as a full guest. And we didn't address the elephant in the room, guys. I hate ragging on players. It's not my thing to do, but there's situations that call for it. Jaquiski Tartt, he botched a fucking layup, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man.
He wears gloves. When you have gloves, you can catch better when you wear gloves. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. He hadn't had a pick all year long, and I was like, yes! And I was like, oh, I fucking dropped it. Like,
yeah, I went nuts, man. I was like, oh, yeah, picking it up.
Yeah, you were there. You were there personally, man. You were at the game, bro.
Yeah, man. I wanted to cry, man. I said, that was it. That was it right there. We would have tore their hearts out. I think they would have slowed down, because they would have been very upset, because they was already tired, man. The defense was tired. You could see the sweat on them. Of course, all of them sweating, but they was tired, man. And you could see how they was moving and sluggish, going to the huddle, coming to the. If Tartt got that pick, that was it, man. I ain't gonna say it was game over, but that would have took their hearts away, man.
Oh yeah, that'd have been nice. Oh man, and it sucked because the pass rush. I don't know where the pass rush was during the majority of the game. I mean,
yeah, we couldn't muster up the stats, man, today.
It hurt, man. It was killing.
Their offensive line played good.
Yeah, the Rams had a good game plan. It worked out for them.
Stack the box.
The one team I did not want to see in the playoffs was the Rams, and the only reason was
my bro, you kind of froze up. I don't know if you're gone for good or maybe you'll come back, but If you want, maybe I could bring you back on. It kind of sucks. I don't know. Let me see if let me just figure out what's going on in the meantime.
Yeah, he froze up.
Yeah, you kind of like the movie Frozen, huh?
But yeah, man.
Let me just take him off the stream for a little bit, and when I'm gonna type in chat if he comes back on, and so I'll just type a little message for him for just a second.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay,
I think. Say it.
Oh no, I hate to beat a dead horse, man, but Jimmy G missed a potential touchdown to Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
refresh my memory. Which one was that? A lot of this game is a blur to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was early in the game. I think it was like either the first or second quarter, and he overthrew Kittle.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah, he overthrew Ayuk. That Ayuk could have probably ran for a touchdown. Also, I'm not gonna say it would have been a touchdown because he had a long way to run, but he was open, and he overthrew him, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like, if we had a legit quarterback for the playoffs, we would have. I'm not gonna say we would have been.
I've been saying Trey Lance for the longest time, but I stopped saying it because they decided to give Jimmy G the keys to the car and okay, I was just Worski's talking to you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just so heated with Jimmy G, man.
I trust me. I've been biting my tongue trying not to say his name the whole time. In general, he played okay at times in this game. I mean, he didn't play his worst game, but I wasn't let's just put it this way. I wasn't expecting him to make these game-winning heroic drives for us. Let's just at the end of the game when we needed him to do it. But with that said, let me bring on Korean 49er. I believe you're over in the Chicago area, right, or somewhere in Illinois.
Yep, 20 minutes south of the Wisconsin border.
Okay, there you go. I know you from. I never actually had talked to you face to face. I know we kind of talked a little bit on the Grant Cohn Discord through text, and great to have you on. I've seen you a whole lot on the Grant Cohn show, and you're very opinionated, and I know you very well from your comments at points in time where people in the season where you were complaining about how people were saying that we were trying to run it back to the Super Bowl like it was 2019, and you were like, that team is dead and buried. And then I was like, I agree with you, bro, because we're looking pretty. We're not looking that hot this season, but to our surprise, we made it to the NFC Championship game. Man, I didn't expect that. But what's on your mind, bro?
So, got a question for you guys. What does 28-3, 20-10, and 17-7 all have in common?
Are you talking about Shanahan's leads that he had or something? Yeah, I wouldn't put it so much on it too much with it on his head this time around, because just for the simple fact that Shanahan's bread and butter is the run game, and they were stopping the run no matter what. It was almost like we couldn't even run the ball, so it was like we were forced to pass. And then at one point we had the lead, and Jaquaski dropped the INT, so. It was a little bit different circumstances, in my opinion, at least.
But still, though, as one of my buddies, what I learned in engineering school is pressure causes one of two things: pipes to burst or make diamonds. And for Kyle, so far, it's bursting pipes, if you honestly think about it.
Yeah, in the past, but I mean, for this game here, man, is the Rams had a great game plan. They stacked the box, man. They put their whole front 8, whole front 7 on the line, man. We had 3.5 yards to carry. They stacked the box, man. It was smart.
I understand
they made Jimmy G beat them, and so that kind of took away the whole run game. That's Kyle's bread and butter. The run game was shut down, and we needed Jimmy G. You know what I mean? But I am with you on what you mean by that bursting the pipes, whatever you said, because Kyle has screwed up in the past, and he did screw up today. Like I said, can you tell me, Korean 49er, what happened with those timeouts we had, man? We had 6 minutes left. And like that, they were gone. I was
Yeah, I forgot why we even used them. I remember they had. Yeah, it's all obliterated me right now.
I was at the
Forgot why
game
we
and I
used
did not even see those timeouts.
Oh, you know why we used them? Now I remember, because the freaking Rams were driving down towards the end to get that to get that field goal at the end, right? And we didn't. They were driving down, and they were going to run the clock down, wind the clock down, so we had to use them at that point in time. That's what it was.
But yeah, they had that delay. We had that delay of game, and where was Kyle and not at least calling the timeout when you had 3 timeouts? I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
Speaking of delay of game, though, I'll say this: there was a point in time where I thought the Rams did a delay of game, and the referees didn't even freaking call it.
You know what? If Cowboy fans want to complain about officiating, let them. They're losers. I don't want to be. You either won or you didn't, and we didn't win. So,
yeah.
But I'd like to continue on with my main point, Bashar. I always appreciate talking to you, so thank you for having me on. To me, this whole season was based off one bad decision this past offseason. Kyle decided to go insane and choose Jimmy again because I knew what was going to happen. To me, I'm amazed that more teams didn't do what the Rams did in tonight's game for the entire regular season, the other playoff games. You know Jimmy doesn't have a cannon of an arm, and you know that he needs everything more or less perfect to execute. How many games are you going to get perfect execution? 0. To me, it's like handing Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles a key to a Ferrari and say, yeah, learn how to drive it. Nothing personal to those guys, but I know what it's going to be. It's not going to be a pretty situation.
Yeah, I was telling my son that.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro.
I was telling my son, I said, I don't understand why teams haven't been stacking the box on us all season, man.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And also, no, sorry to interrupt. My other thing is,
go ahead, bro.
Jimmy gets paid $27 million to help move the offense down the field and score points. Where was that in the, after halftime? I didn't see, they were up. I was like, they're going to find a way to not score any more points. I just had that in the back of my mind because they always try to, you don't see any points scored. And my other point was, I love D'Amico and I appreciate he did a great job this year, but where was the adjustments when Higbee got injured and Blanton came in and made plays like that third string?
We let that third string tight end make good on way too many plays. That was so irritating and frustrating. I don't know what was running through D'Amico's mind at the time or the linebackers' minds, but that was, oh my gosh, that was so irritating. And when Higbee went out, I was like, okay, cool, this could possibly benefit us. But nope, it didn't matter. Hey, I'll tell you this much: Stafford came to play, bro. People can rag on Stafford all they want, say he was a loser, and I was saying I wanted him to replace Jimmy, but he said he pretty much told Jimmy G, "This is my game, I'm winning it, and there's nothing you can do." And we could have played better defense, obviously, and tried to stop him, but he was obviously, Stafford was more motivated in himself to win the game much more so than Jimmy was, in my opinion. And he's a much better quarterback, obviously. And for those who argue with me, he said we shouldn't get Matthew Stafford when we were trying to get him. He's a loser. He sucks. He wouldn't be an upgrade over Jimmy. I'm sorry, Matthew Stafford is way better than Jimmy G would ever dream of being. I don't care if Stafford came from the fucking Detroit Lions. He's way more fucking talented than Jimmy G will ever be in his fucking dreams. And that's a reality check for you Jimmy fans that didn't want to let go of Jimmy so bad. And God willing, Trey Lance is going to be the guy. So I'm all hyped up about the Trey Lance train. But right now we're going to be pissed about and vent about this past loss. Any final thoughts, Corey and 49er? Because I got other people waiting right now.
I know you got other calls, so I'll keep it short. My thing is how many of these chances do you normally get? I remember seeing the videos of the 94, when they won that Super Bowl against San Diego. But to me, those memories are starting to fade. I want to see another, because how many chances are you going to actually get to play in a Super Bowl and win it? I mean, there was a lot of dog teams, after, when towards the end of the Seifert era, all the way through up until now. I mean, the only extended period of success we had was Jim Harbaugh. I mean, 49 wins in 4 seasons is a lot of winning, no matter what anyone tells me. And he did get us closer to winning a Super Bowl than we did before, no matter what, what everyone says. I mean, I'd love to have.
Some teams don't even get there though, man. Some teams they hold existence. They don't even sniff a Super Bowl. We've been blessed to go to an extra 2, 7 Super Bowls, and I'm with you, Korean 49er, on your assessment. But like you say, some people say we blessed to go as far as we did this season. I say we blessed to go to 7 Super Bowls and then possibly this one. So, but I'm with you though, man.
All right, Korean, it's been great, bro. I got it. I hate the good job, man. I just got to get these other people on. I got to hold people. But hey, great to have you on my show. I really, really appreciate it, man. You're a great 49er fan. You're passionate, and I always respect what you got to say, man. Take care, bro.
Yep, thank you, guys.
All right. Before I bring on my next guy, I just want to. I missed a few people in the chat, and the chat's been fire. It's been great. I love my chatters. They do a great job of keeping things interesting. And just let me flash. I got to flash a few comments on the screen before I can bring on the next guy. So let me just do that right now. We got my boy Shabs, a tour. I went to, I know this guy very well. We go way, way, way back. Very good friend of the family. Says, what's up, Bash? Tough loss, bro. I know we were diehard 49er fans from the East Bay. Grew up in the East Bay, and tough. Just say what's up to your mom and dad and your family, man. Good to see you on here, bro. Appreciate it. And let me see if I'm missing anybody else in the chat. I know there was a lot of new people on here, and let me just see where's he at. Okay, we got Ryan Gutierrez, good buddy of mine from the Candlestick Days, from the Candlestick Tailgates. Probably the loudest 49er fan I've ever witnessed in Candlestick. This guy is the loudest, comparing in Candlestick and Levi's, this is the loudest 49er fan I've ever seen. Really, really cool guy. And let's see if I'm missing anybody else.
Were you at the game, Ryan?
I'm not sure if he was. He's from the Bay Area. I'm not sure if he went to the game or not, but if he did, he'll let us know in the chat.
We needed you there, Ryan.
We did need him there. He said if I was there, they would have won. That's what he said. Scott Davidson says Debo 1 catch, 0 runs in the fourth quarter. He should have got the ball more without a doubt. Let's see. I can't read everything, guys. Just the chat is so flooded. Low the Truth says, what about the game in 1998 when we came back against the Jets? Garrison Hurst, that long screen pass for a touchdown to win the game. It was actually a run, but I don't know why that was brought up. But what's up? Shout out to Low the Truth, though. Good dude. Says Jimmy keeps us from winning the Super Bowl, but your brother is gone next season at Prius Game. Prius Game is the lone diehard Jimmy G supporter. If Jimmy G was here, he would send him a gift or something, or I don't know what he'd do for him. But without further ado, Niners Suave Javier, really good friend of mine from San Jose 408. How's it going, bro? Saw you on my last show and have you on here now. I'm really happy to have you on, bro.
Yeah, what's up, Bashar BZ and 49er dude? Yeah,
what's
49er
dude.
Yeah. I want to keep seeing those hits, 49er dude. Bashar BZ got a rap song too, so he's up and coming too,
And I promise on it. And 49er dude puts out great some 49er bangers, and what we have for the second season of 49er Mind, because we're still in season 1 right now, but when the official off season starts for season 2, we're gonna have a whole new intro video for 49er Minded, and 49er dude dropped some bars on that track, and it's fire. It's all I got. If you thought the 49er Minded intro song was good, or you think my Who's Going to the Game, what song, Who's Going to the Game, what's good song is good. In my opinion, this song coming out in the future for season 2 of 49er Minded, those songs don't compare to that one, is all I gotta say.
I believe it. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, man. A tough L, man. We should have won this game, guys. We're the better team. Dude, if Tart would have caught that pass, it would have been a wrap. You know what I mean? Dude, he was breastfed that pass. You know what I mean? It's just, that's kind of tough to swallow. You know what I mean?
It was.
It wasn't Jimmy's worst game. You know what I mean? But he had a couple passes to Ayuk. He hit Kittle. He did overthrow Kittle in the beginning, right? If he would have hit him right, that would have been just an easy TD right there in the beginning. Remember that one? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do remember. And I wouldn't say Jimmy G played his worst game. He obviously didn't play his best game, but we can all agree he played a Jimmy G type game.
Oh, without a doubt.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy G in a nutshell is what we saw today.
Yeah. We were scared that a pick was going to come at any time, right? You know.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then after Debo got rocked, they just stopped throwing it to him for some reason. You know what I mean? So I mean that didn't help anything.
Yeah, man. It's just you mentioned Tart. I mean, what at points of times Tart looked pretty good during the game too. It just I've been wanting, and I said it. I'm not sure if I said it in my last broadcast. I've said it I've interacted with a lot of 49er fans online, so I know I vocally definitely said that I thought Jimmy Ward was going to get an interception, and he did get an interception. And I saw open field for a minute. I was like, please get a pick six. And he got tackled. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm happy. If Jimmy Ward's getting an interception, that's a good sign because our safeties don't really get interceptions. Yeah. And then when the ball comes down to Tart, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah. But when they say, hey, he dropped the ball literally. No pun intended.
And Aaron Donald, he didn't do nothing, right? I mean, he was on the ground every time I see him.
He didn't have an Aaron Donald dominant type game. Yeah.
He never does against us.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Yeah. If you notice that, he never does against us.
But
he stand his ground, but he don't have the typical Aaron Donald all-pro #1 player in the league type game against us.
Yeah.
And even Von Miller, I don't think really made an amazing presence. Every now and then he got in, but it wasn't like he was dominant, like they said he was going to dominate or anything like that. Let me just say what's up to a couple of people in the chat. We got Brandon Ferrigno from the Forever Faithful podcast. He's been on here before, been a guest on my show. Great dude. Says, what's up, Bashar? Good to have you on, my bro. And we got Sean Bullard. Says, Jimmy G missing George Kittle wide open was hideous. Yeah. I didn't go back and watch the highlights, but watching the game, I do remember that. I forgot how it looked exactly, but it wasn't that good. Prius game, let's see what he's got to say. He said, glad Jimmy G was playing defense and O-line. I don't know. Yeah, this guy loves blaming the Jimmy G's faults and mistakes on the offensive line. This is the best. Trust me, man. You put this offensive line behind, just quarterbacks who are a little bit more mobile, and this offensive line will just look pristine. That's how I look at it. So, anything else you want to say, Javier? Anything else on your mind, bro?
And Cooper Kupp, he had a fantastic game.
He was. He's been having fantastic games all year long.
But that's who he is. Up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier, when players like Cooper Kupp make plays, you just have to suck it up because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Okay? That's just it, man. Cooper Kupp is going to make plays.
Right.
He was the best receiver in the league this year. Triple crown. So when he makes a play, it's like, okay, y'all need to double him or something and just let everybody else, or shut him down or slow him down and stop everybody else, man. Because it's like playing against Jordan, man, or Kobe. You can only hope to slow them down.
Right.
You're not gonna stop them. And when they make a play, it's like, okay, that's Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
And
go ahead.
And lastly, it was a successful season, guys. I mean, we weren't supposed to get this far. We weren't supposed to beat Green Bay, but we got it done. We'll be back next season, right? We got to stay faithful, and just like the Niners' successful season, it was an excellent 49er minded inaugural season. BZ, I'm proud of you, man. This is just a great show.
Thank you. I dove straight into the pool and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go on YouTube and do a podcast. I had no idea what it was gonna look like, what it was gonna be like, who was gonna help me along the way, but thank God I have a lot of great Niner fans and some excellent content creators who I kind of talked to a little bit and who helped me out along the way. But before I actually went live, one of them, Jesse Naylor from Last Second Sports, shout out to you, bro. I don't know if you're watching. You're in Florida, so you're probably asleep right now. But there's a lot of people, man, who just helped me out along the way, and I'm so thankful for everybody who's partaken in this season. I couldn't have imagined how good it was going to turn out, And I was like fortunate that this team's winning and going to the playoffs, and we almost went to the Super Bowl, but unfortunately we got disappointed. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that I'm on here and happy to be on here with people like you guys, man.
All right, yeah, all right, right on, guys. All right, keep up the
No
good
doubt.
work.
All right, Javier, man. Good to see you.
Take it
God
easy,
willing, I can see you and
49ers.
you and your
Yeah.
wife again in the future. See you with the family, man. Miss you, man.
All right, man.
All
Stay
right, take care.
safe.
Okay. All right, we got my next guest coming on. He's a Grant Cohn phone Hall of Famer. He's been on here just the other night. You guys might know him because Grant Cohn puts his videos up all the time whenever this guy comes on. He's a great dude. He's out there. He may say a few things that may surprise you from time to time. But without further ado, we got Shardal, Cohn phone Hall of Famer, all the way in the 408 South Bay. How's it going, bro?
What's up, dude, man? I just want to say it wasn't a great way to start the season, man. You don't want to lose an NFC championship game. You know, it's pretty heartbreaking, you know, as a Niner fan to experience it and watch it on TV. I'm like, I can't watch this, man. I gotta shut the TV off, man. I can't watch this moment, man. This is too much for me, you know. Too much stress for me to take in one day. You know?
So you didn't watch the whole game up until the very end?
No,
or?
I mean, I watched it, but I didn't watch the trophy presentation.
No. My TV was turned off way before they even thought about it putting out a trophy there.
The trophy presentation, that was just, I had to shut that off and just wait until that was over.
And then, when Jimmy threw that last pick, man, I got up and walked out. Let's go.
Yeah, that was.
We rolled up out that.
Oh, I don't blame you. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that was it. That was a wrap right there.
That was the same scenario. You know when Michael Jordan, when the Lakers played Charlotte, and then the Lakers blew it. Michael Jordan left. Remember that? You remember that?
What references?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
And then they lost. The Lakers lost the lead. Like MJ just left the set. He said, like, I'm the corner of the Charlotte Hornets, and when my team messes up, I leave. That's exactly what I did when Jimmy got the interception. I left. So I said, like, I'm not staying, man. You know.
Hey, Shardon, no border sports over here is calling you the GOAT. Yeah, that's what people call you on the Grant Cohn phone.
We basically threw the game away when Jimmy got the interception. That was it. The game.
Yeah, we had one more play, man.
Like the game was over at that point. Like there was no way the Niners were coming back.
Jimmy G, you know, people who want to call him a good quarterback, feel free to call him a good quarterback. You know, I had him ranked before the season started. No. I did a ranking that was unbiased. I had him ranked at 23rd best in the league. Some people say he's top 20. Some people think he's top 15. You can go from 15 to 23. It's almost like you're splitting hairs, basically. It's not that big of a difference. But what I will say is Jimmy G lacks certain fundamentals that bottom tier, regular, everyday NFL quarterbacks have. He's terrible at throwing the ball away and avoiding the sack. He's not. Look, you're not Michael Vick, Jimmy G. You're not Randall Cunningham. You're not gonna run away and make this amazing throw on the run or do whatever. You got to realize who you are. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and stress and talk about Jimmy G anymore because let's be real, he's not gonna be with us anymore. It's the Trey Lance era right now.
To me, if the Niners keep making mistakes like this, we might as well be the New York Jets of the NFL. That's what we are, the Jets of the NFL.
I don't want to go that far, bro. They don't have hardware like we do, bro. They don't have the rings.
Made that comparison that we might, like fans were like ranting and they were saying like, we might be the Jets of the NFL. We might be, like if we are making dumb stuff like that, the Jets are probably the worst franchise. If we keep playing like that, we might as well be the Jets of the NFL. If we keep playing at this rate, messing up and throwing picks and interceptions and doing these things all over. Dude, we might be I'm not trying to be cynical by saying that we're the Jets, but I'm just saying if we keep throwing the game away and getting the ball intercepted so many times, we might as well be the Jets of the NFL. I mean, I'm just
the cause of that Jets are won't be here next year.
Team in the NFL with that how bad they were in the past. They were probably the worst franchise in the past. I mean, they sucked.
Well, that ain't us, man, and our situation is gonna get better, because the problem is gonna be solved.
Because right now, Jimmy's the problem right now. It's Jimmy because everybody's saying Jimmy's so good. Jimmy's so good. He's our best quarterback. We believe in Jimmy, man. Let's go, Jimmy. I'm saying like he's not gonna be with us next year, so we don't really have to go on that bandwagon of believing in Jimmy. Because, he's not going to be here next year. It's going to be Trey Lance next year. I got the jersey, man. I'm proving it right here. I got the jersey on. So, I'm already proving it that Trey Lance is going to be here next year. So, no Jimmy next year. It's all gonna be Trey, baby. You know, he's gonna lead this team next year.
And we're not gonna be the Jets.
I mean, I'm not
We're
trying.
not
Like I
Jets.
said, I'm not trying to be cynical, but I'm just trying to say, like, if we keep playing terribly like that, we might be considered, like, we might be called the Jets if we keep playing like how we are right now. You know,
They're not going to call us the Jets, but
we'll
yeah,
never be called the Jets.
but you know, obviously,
I'm not trying to be cynical, but I know we're not. But I make these really, you know, bold predictions. I just make these things just because that's just me. You know, it's my personality. I just make these. I just throw these things out there, and some people might not.
That's why you're Chardal the GOAT, man.
Yeah, some people might not believe with what I say. Some people might believe with it. You know, I don't really give a crap if people don't believe what I say. You know, people could disagree with me. People could agree with me. People could do whatever they want, whatever I say. You know, I mean, some people say, why are you making these bold predictions? And they don't end up coming out to be true.
All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Chardal. All right, let me ask you this, bro. Some other people are going to try to come on. Hey, just let anybody know that there's no wait right now to really come on. So, you know, I am going to go one by one with whoever wants to come on, but I just dropped the link again.
So when
and let me ask you this, bro. What are your do you feel good knowing next year that it's most likely Jimmy G is going to be traded and we're going to go into the 22 NFL season with Trey Lance as our starting quarterback?
Dude, I'm so excited for Trey Lance, man. Let me see
this boy. What jersey you wearing, Chardal?
Trey Lance.
Let's see it. Come on, man. There you go. Show it with pride, man. There you go. Okay, cool. Why are you excited?
Because I think this boy has talent. You know, he just got to prove it. He got to just prove it on the field. You know, he got to prove all those haters wrong who've been saying that this is Jimmy's year. It's not Trey Lance's year. I mean, it's gonna be Trey Lance's year next year. You know, Trey Lance is gonna be the king of the field. Trey Lance, you know. And Jimmy. Any
thoughts? Any final thoughts, Chardal? Because I'm gonna bring on another guest.
And the Giants need a quarterback, so I think Jimmy G should go to New York because New York doesn't have a good quarterback. Daniel Jones sucks. They got to take Daniel Jones out.
That's not a bad thought there.
No, but
I was kind of thinking the Washington football team.
I'm saying Daniel Jones is an underrated quarterback, and they should get rid of Daniel Jones and replace him with Trey Lance. I mean, not Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo. I said Trey Lance. I meant to say Jimmy G.
Okay. All right, Chardal, it's been great having you on. I appreciate it. I'm going to bring on my next guest, though. Okay, though, man. Thanks for coming on, man.
See you, Bashar. It's nice coming on.
Thank you. And then before I bring on my next guest, I just want to catch up in the chat because I always like to shout out my chatters and just to see if there's anything that I may have missed. We got Javier Cruz says Chardal smoked out. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that one. Chardal's the boy. He's the GOAT, man. You can't hate on Chardal, man. Let's see. Sean Bullard says, hell nah, no Jimmy G returning. Yeah, I'm with you on that, bro. Thank you. Look. When Jimmy G first came in, we had Brian freaking Hoyer. Garbage. CJ Beathard was backing him up. Garbage. Jimmy G steps in, win those 5 games. He looks like, you know, a great, amazing quarterback.
And we excited.
Yeah, I bought his jersey so fast after his 3rd start. I mean, look, he did some good things for us. I appreciate, you know, he kind of helped turn things around a little bit. But in order to move forward and move on to the next level, in my opinion, you need a more dynamic quarterback. And keep in mind, I was saying this way before we even got Jimmy G. I was saying that the days are over. I wish I had recorded myself saying this, but I was telling friends or people I know who know football, I was literally telling them that before, you know, the days of winning a Super Bowl with a crappy quarterback like a game manager quarterback like Trent Dilfer or Brad Johnson, or even I'm surprised Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl with that Denver Broncos defense because Peyton Manning wasn't good that year either. So I thought those days are over because you need a more dynamic quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And so for the most part, I'm right. I got 2 guys waiting, so I'm going to bring on the next guy, which is really cool dude. He calls, you know, he used to call on the Rombo Show and Hawk Hater TV and a few other shows. And we got Chenille from the 9er16 and not too far from where I live. What's up, Chenille? What's on your mind, bro?
Well, what's going on, guys? How's your night going?
It was pretty bad at one point, but I'm feeling a little better just because I get to talk with my Niner fans and I'm on here with you guys. So that's for real. But obviously the game was a heartbreaker and it sucked.
Yeah, it did. You know, I saw this coming. You know, I always talk to you about my theory Jimmy Garoppolo. I just saw this coming. I wanted to be the first one to be wrong. My first theory to be wrong today, and it ended up being I was right. The Super Bowl loser that loses in the Super Bowl the first try, that quarterback, and I'm strictly talking NFC, that quarterback that goes to the Super Bowl doesn't come back their first try. And Jimmy, I don't think will ever, ever, ever be back. He'll be one of them quarterbacks that roam around in the league for a long time. It's kind of sad because this was probably his best opportunity to win one ever. I just don't think he'll be back. Thank you for coming to our team and being a good caretaker for a bit. Now it's time to move on. And
I agree
we got
with
the
you.
young kid, and we got the young kid waiting. Hell, if they're not interested in the young kid, maybe Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. But I'm ready for the young kid to play. So.
Right, and we just have to be patient with him. It'll be his second year. Somebody hit me up on IG today and was like, "Oh, you're ready for Trey Lance, and he's gonna do so great, and he's gonna be perfect. You're expecting him to be perfect, and when he isn't, you're gonna hate on him too." I said, "No." I said, well, once he becomes an 8-year veteran and he still hasn't improved, then I'll hate on him. Sort of like Jimmy G, 8-year veteran, and he's not improving. So that's why he got to go. We're going to expect growing pains with Trey Lance. Growing pains, man. We expect that.
Exactly. Like people gave Jimmy G a chance. I'm saying, for those same Jimmy G people to give this kid a chance. We took our bumps and bruises with Jimmy G, even in that Super Bowl year. We gave him a try. We need to do the same thing for the rookie. It's his turn now. Let's build him up too, like we did Jimmy. We got to do the same thing for the young kid.
Yep, and give him 8 years to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this though. If Trey Lance makes mistakes or whatever next year to lose games and we lose games, hey, every player on the 49ers, there's not one player on the team that's void of criticism. We can criticize our coaches, we can criticize our players, but we're also going to be realistic about it too. Now, when you like you mentioned that whole 8-year thing, Jimmy G was an 8-year vet, so obviously had Trey Lance played this year and did some of the same mistakes Jimmy did, we would criticize him here and there, but it wouldn't be as at the same degree because obviously, like you said, the whole 8-year thing, everybody knows rookies that first come in, their first year quarterbacks are going to be prone to make mistakes here and there. But, again, that rookie's going to have that ceiling too. So it is what it is. I have a lot of faith in. I feel really good about Trey. Just to let you guys know. I mean, he works really, really hard, with his body, obviously on the field and everything, but he prepares mentally really, really hard as well. And he's a really good dude, really good, good-hearted person, comes from a really good family, the whole 9 yards, and the coaching staff loves him. So I see a really bright future, and there's already teammates that like him a lot too. So, any final thoughts, Chanel? Because I got like 2 other dudes waiting. If you got anything else you want to get off your chest, go ahead and do it now.
Yeah. Last thing is let's just take advantage of that rookie contract. That
exactly.
thing is very smart.
Yeah.
And we don't want to be in a situation where you're going to end up paying this guy. Play him right now so you could get a hold of him. We don't want to go through that situation like Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. So let's try to make a do of the rookie contract.
Okay, cool.
For Bashar.
Thank you, Chanel. You know what? I know you didn't do it, but can you do your little how about them for me? I needed to feel good. I'm kind of not really feeling my best today. If you're up for it, you can do it.
How about them Cowgirls? How about them Lambs? How about them Seahawks? And last but not least, how about them Oakland, Las Vegas, Trader Raider Chippendales?
Man, I know you're famous on the 49er podcast for doing that, so it's good to have you on, man. Hey, there's always next year. All right, man, thanks for coming on. I'm going to put on my next guest. Thank you. Going to put my next guest. He's been waiting quite some time. We got my boy Brandon Ferrigno from the South Bay, from the Forever Faithful podcast. He's also on 49er Hive. Really good dude, man. Co-hosted my show with me one time, man. What's going on, bro? You're muted. You got to unmute your mic. There you go.
How's it going, guys?
What up?
Could be
now?
better, but hey, we're trying to make the best of it, right?
Yep. Yeah, I see some comments over here saying they're not blaming all on Jimmy, which I mean,
Yeah, he didn't play his worst game, but there were moments where you can blame him. That's how I look at it.
The one play that he threw an interception was the one that we did not need, and that's what killed us. That's number one. Number two is Jimmy didn't come out in the press conference and take no fault for it. Like
he hasn't all season.
Huh? Oh yeah, I know.
He hasn't all season. And my
son was
talking about that.
What did Jimmy say in the press conference today? I want to hear this.
It was, he basically just said like, oh, we had, a great run, and just he didn't talk about what his mistakes that he did in the game.
Yeah, he didn't take the blame.
Typical.
He didn't take the blame. Like Gutierrez, as soon as the game was over, he tweeted out.
He tweeted it. I respect him for that.
I took full responsibility of this. I should have caught that ball. I should be making those catches in my sleep. All this stuff, and he even said it in the presser. So I give all respects to Gutierrez taking the fault for that one.
Yeah, but he took it in the press conference too.
Yep.
Well, so shout out to him, man. And that's definitely he took the high road, so good for him.
And also too, our K1 Williams was getting freaking demolished by Cooper Kupp.
He wasn't doing good at all. He did not have a good game at all.
Not at all. We had another issue with Emmanuel Mosley missing tackles. I don't know what the hell was going on with him tonight.
I saw that too. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many mistakes that we basically shot ourselves in the foot. I mean, this game should have been won, especially with that nice. Could have been a nice touchdown from George Kittle in the middle.
Yep.
When Jimmy G overthrew him.
I mean, the touchdown, he did have it. Now, Jimmy did connect with him on a nice touchdown to Kittle. So hats off to Jimmy for that, and great catch by Kittle. But there could have been another one. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just a lot. I mean, people keep saying no help for Jimmy. Jimmy needs to make plays. He overthrows all the time. When he tries to rush out of the freaking pocket, he makes stupid ass plays all the time, right? A lot of this is on Jimmy. If you see it, we don't see this from Trey Lance when he comes in next season. I mean, he's gonna have mistakes. Don't get me wrong, but I think we would have had the same record with Trey Lance if he started the season.
I don't see the record being that much different. I really don't. I mean, I don't. Who knows? Who knows what could have been? Though we're never gonna know, right? We'll find out next year. As far as Tartt goes, he's gonna be a free agent. We have 28 free agents. Who do we keep? Who do we let go? That's the whole reason. Another reason why we're moving on from Jimmy. We can't afford to hold on to that $27 million salary. And like you mentioned, he's the quarterback. He has to make plays. When you pay your starting quarterback top 5 quarterback money, sorry, he's got to make plays with his arms. He can't rely. Usually, we have games where the running game works really, really good and the defense works really, really good, and Jimmy G can play in the frame of the game, and and we'll walk off with a victory or whatever. But hey, today they stopped the run big time, and the offense fell on Jimmy's shoulders, and he didn't produce.
Yeah, and you look at it too. There was one play where Jimmy rolled out to the right and was almost intercepted again. And
the same exact way in the past games, right?
Yeah.
And you could tell those DBs saw it coming too.
Yeah, there was in that play, he had to open Jawan Jennings behind, who was it? I think it was he tried to pass to Elijah Mitchell, I believe it was. And the DB was right there, but behind that, Jawan Jennings was wide open. There's things like that. There was another one where Jimmy could rolled out and ran for a first down and could have continued to play. If that was Trey Lance, I have a feeling he would have ran and got that first down, right? So it's just little things, man. Jimmy's been doing this constantly every single year. It is what it is. Jimmy's moving on. I give him props for getting us where we're at and everything for the past 5 years. But it's time to move on. I'm tired of losing because mostly because of him. not gonna lie. But it also has to do with Kyle choking with these 10-point leads too.
Yeah.
I'd rather lose in this game than the Super Bowl because people will forget about this.
Yeah, I did not. I'm sorry, even though if it's against the Rams and they said, "Hey, we could have beat the Rams 7 times in a row," I'll take this one on the chin. I did not want to lose another Super Bowl though. Not saying that we would have lost had we played the Bengals, but Joe Burrow. It's in my opinion, going to these games, in most NFL games, especially now that's more of a passing league. For the most part, the team with the better QB wins. And 9 times out of 10, people are going to take Joe Burrow over Jimmy G. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, another thing I want to point out too is we have such great talent all around, and we're just missing that one piece, and that's the quarterback. I hate to say it, but it is.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
We missing some
corners.
Yeah,
that too, for sure.
We are. We got to improve on our secondary. We got to improve on our secondary. Any last final thoughts? I got another caller waiting, and there might be a couple other callers trickling in.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to say, bro?
I'm ready for trade season next year, and we'll be back here again next year, dude. I'm not worried, honestly. Yeah, Trey Lance is gonna have a couple flaws, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad as what Jimmy does.
Hey, you want to shout out your channel really quick?
Again? Yeah, go ahead and go over to our YouTube channel for our Faithful Podcast. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bells, get all your 49er news, especially during the off season. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram is For Our Faithful Podcast, spelled out all the way, and Twitter is FFPod49. My personal one is what my name on right here, BDoes49. And other than that, man, go Niners.
All right, man. We'll be in touch in the off season. Go ahead, bro.
Real quick, B-Dub. I want to touch on something real quick about what you said about Jimmy G's interview, where he didn't take the blame for it. He never does. But Trey Lance, the game he lost against Arizona, he did an interview. That's all came out of his mouth. I need to play better. There are some plays that I left on the field that I need to play better. He took the blame.
Exactly. He wasn't speaking French like Jimmy does.
Exactly.
But other than that, good show, guys. I'll see you
next time. Take care, bro. All right, I'm gonna put on a good buddy of mine in just a second, but I just want to shout out a couple of chatters really quick. One dude I hadn't seen him on here in a minute. I know he's a good viewer though. It was good to see him in the chat for a second. Dr. Ranillo 1K says, no doubt, Bashar, we need a quarterback to extend drives. Thank you, Jimmy, for everything. Wish you luck. All right, so it is what it is. Hey, Jimmy did some good things for us. He wasn't perfect, but we appreciate the good stuff, and we smelt. He smelled the Super Bowl. At one point in time, we were in the Super Bowl with him, and we almost went to the Super Bowl. But hey, it's just we need more. We need more. So let me bring on a really good buddy of mine. I'm really happy he's on here because he supports my channel much more so than anybody I know. Maybe Dan from the 209er. Huge 49er fan. Love the background, bro. Love your Niner gear, man. Hey, I wish I could have had you on here for a game that we had won. We won, but you're here, bro. I know it's tough, but man, I appreciate you being on here. Anything on your mind, bro?
Oh, it's cool, man. You know what it is? It gets loud at my house, bro, so it's hard for me to get on sometimes.
It's all good. I know you're a busy man with kids and all that, but what's on your mind, man?
Oh, man. Hey. Going to the game, we gotta hear that song one time, bro. Hey, I can't. Oh, what's on my mind, bro? What bothered me about the game the most was the 4th and 2, bro. Like, okay, they held Debo. Rushing yards only have 50 rushes, bro. He's only taking 3.8 yards a game and missing 1.8, bro. In that situation right now, we kept getting the ball, bro. Like, actually, Garoppolo was making some good passes, but he made a good pass to Debo in the middle. He did not take another shot, bro. Like, why would you run the ball when there's no running? And that 4th and 2, like, we pretty much win the game.
Your voice. I'm sorry, bro. Your voice keeps coming. Yeah, your voice keeps coming in and out. Are you calling from your cell? Is this straight from your cell phone, or do you have an earbud?
I was gonna get on the laptop with my wife. She's
okay. Did you have any earbuds that you could possibly plug in and use, like some headphones that you can plug in? Because if you can, I might be able to hear you a lot better. For some reason, Okay, I'll do that. Do that, and I'll put you back on. Do that, and I'll put you back on. Don't even trip. I'll put you back on.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we had some technical issues, but he's hanging around in the background, and when things are good, I'm gonna put him on.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
I will. He's sitting there, and I see him there as soon as he's ready. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go back on, Dan. I'm sure you hear us. Are you ready to go back on?
Some important stuff.
Okay, are you ready to go back on, bro?
Give me a second, bro.
Okay. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I'll take you off. All right, so I'll look for him to give me a thumbs up. In the meantime, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the chat, man. Some Niner on Niner crime going on right about now. Hey, guys, look, we're all 49er fans. We're not all going to agree on every little thing. And I blame myself sometimes, too. I may get out of line sometimes, and I might drop a few F-bombs because I disagree with whatever somebody's got to say. But, for the most part, I got to do my best to be diplomatic and try to be professional, cordial about it. It's frustrating, though, when we disagree about certain things because we lose games. And hey, if we had one today and we had one 2 weeks from now, there wouldn't be much to argue about. It would be like, hey, it's party time, celebration. It's cool in the gang, used to say back in the day in the 80s, and we'd see confetti falling and all that, man. So I want to be there just as much as you guys, just as much as the next guy, man. You don't even know. But if I'm missing anything interesting in the chat, I just see a lot of fighting back and forth in the chat. I wanted to put up some good cause. It looks like Dan might be ready to come back on. And just a shout out to everybody. So far, it's been a great show, man. All the callers have contributed very, very well. It's his unfortunate circumstances, part of me was telling me not to even come on and do a show tonight. I took it in the gut, and I was just like, hey, screw it, I gotta come on here.
Yeah, you got to, man. You got people, expecting the show to see how we all feeling out here and how you feeling. And
oh yeah, especially with you. Man. Shout out to you because you were at the game and you were at the tailgates, and you're probably worn out a whole lot more physically and mentally than I am, and you're on here. So shout out to you, man.
Yeah, I'm drained, man. I'm drained.
Yeah, like I told you, I had to have my Bacardi and Coke that I finished it already. I got my water with me right now, but I had to get my little drink on, And it's not like I'm this big alcoholic. 'Cause I rarely ever even touch any alcohol ever at home, but that's just me. Dan's still running around trying. Yeah. You had when you said you had your dinner, what I did was I went and grabbed myself a couple of some ramen soup. I just felt like I needed something in me to just. Because literally, real talk, when you were messaging me, I still had a headache going. I don't know if my blood pressure was up. I just was not feeling good. I think that soup kind of helped me out, and the drink may have helped me too. Let me. I'm gonna see if I could get some more peeps to come on here, guys. Because if you want to go on for a little bit longer, 49er dude, I'm down. I'd love to hear from more 49er fans out here. I love this format and just the input that we got from 49er fans. And Dan, whenever you're ready, just give me a thumbs up, all right? Because I do see you running around trying to get your headset going. And if there's anybody else who hasn't jumped on yet, if you want to jump on, I'm going to throw the link again into the chat. And we do have Dan ready. Do you hear us, bro?
Can you hear me?
I hear you perfect, man. You look awesome. Okay, I like the headset, bro.
Cool. I had to borrow my son's his headset real quick.
Oh, hey, man. Thank God your son was so generous.
Yeah, my wife's
so
on the
what were you trying to say?
Right now,
it's all good. Start from the beginning, man, because we couldn't really hear you last time around.
Okay, no. So when you ask what's bothering me, this part of the game that bothered me most when it was 4th and 2, bro. They shut our running game down. We only have 50 yards, rushing yards, this whole game. Debo had
so frustrating to watch. So frustrating.
Yeah, Debo had 3.8 rushing yards and a carry, and Mitchell had 1.8.
Mitchell had 1.8. It was terrible.
It's crazy, bro. So, and we were still running the ball. What? At that moment, Garoppolo actually was making some good passes. He got one to Ayuk over the middle. Why not take a shot down the middle again, bro? Or
I don't know why we don't keep going. I don't know why we keep. We have some success doing something with I don't know if Jimmy tightens up and gets scared, or I don't know what it is, but like even like Jawan Jennings, like because when Jawan Jennings caught that one pass and then he muscled in for extra yards and carried that linebacker and got that first down, I was like, I'm like, I love seeing Jennings out there because he always muscles up and gets those extra yards. And you know, I don't know, man, and I know it's not like I can't picture like Debo or Jennings and Ayuk and Kittle being blanketed every play. I don't know if Jimmy's not seeing these guys. I don't know what it is, but especially like whenever we have wide receivers go deep, I've seen this a lot throughout the season. You know, it's just I've seen so many guys down the field deep, Ayuk or whoever, and they're not there. To Jimmy's credit, he did throw one that really, really nice pass to Ayuk down the sideline, and Ayuk broke off and got extra yards, and he almost had a touchdown, but his momentum carried him out of bounds. But
yeah, and then
in general, it's frustrating.
The one that Kittle. If Kittle makes that pass down the middle, bro, that's a touch. He had nothing but green behind him.
He had nothing but green, and Ayuk. And if you saw that play, Ayuk was to the side of him, and he was hella open too. Both of them were hella open, but Jimmy's more comfortable in the middle of the field, and obviously Kittle's his guy. But.
And then, like the last caller said, I forgot who he passed it to, but he had Jennings, bro, right on the other side. If he makes that pass to Jennings, that's a touchdown too.
And which part of the game are you talking about where you could have thrown Jennings?
I have to look at the replay, bro. But I remember the last caller, he pointed that out, and when Jimmy threw that ball, bro, and it was broken up, Jennings was right on the other side, bro. Nothing but green behind him.
Yeah,
that was like there was like.
Jimmy's vision is like honestly it's.
Not there.
maybe below average in comparison to other NFL quarterbacks. I don't know. It's just so many times we watch the film, the all 22s or just the regular replays of the game, and we can just see dudes wide open and they're not getting the ball. So it's frustrating.
Like he don't even accidentally see them. You know, some quarterbacks can luck up on seeing them. He just misses people, man. He don't see them when they open. And I've observed Ayuk for the season, man. That guy gets open. He runs very good routes.
I'm a big Ayuk fan.
Open. And Jimmy G just don't see him, man.
It's because I feel like he spends too much time looking at his first target. By the time he gets to his second or third target, he's getting sacked, or shit just goes bad. Like the last game when he threw it to Kittle in the end zone and it got intercepted, bro. Like Kittle was open on that Green Bay game.
He was.
He was wide open, but when he found him, he still threw it. So it was too late. He had him open, bro. That was a touchdown right there. Touchdown. If he sees him, that's a touchdown, but he spends too much time focusing on his first target. Like, that's why you just see him. He just stands there. I love Jimmy. I'm a fan. I love the guy, but
I know you've defended him a lot too. I know that. I know that, Dan.
It's hard because it's like I try to give the guy so much credit, but man, it's just it's not.
You have to keep it real. That's just how it is.
It's not there. It's not there.
You just have to keep it real, bro.
He's a good player. Like I love him because he's a good. The team respects him, bro. That's why we win games, because they love having him in the locker room.
The winning culture came back to the Niners, you could say.
Yeah,
he was probably a part of it,
because they love his dedication, but that's not gonna get us too far, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Trey Lance, I'm ready to see what he could do. Because, like I said, man, I love Jimmy G. I love, his game. I love the way, he lights up the locker room. But, man, the mistakes he makes, bro, like, he just misses too many opportunities, bro. Like, especially in this game.
Let me read this chat.
We're 15 minutes from the. Oh, sorry, bro.
Let me read this really quick. Sorry, man. Because it's covering your face. I want to just read it right now.
Oh no,
Brandon Ferrigno, I just had him on. He said Shanahan turned this team around. This is a good team. We will be back next year. Quit playing Prius. Oh, that's the Prius game is just going back and forth with everybody. Prius game says this team is done. They'll make the playoffs again, only to lose at best. And let's see what else he says. Let's give him some love. He says you can't get excited if Shanahan makes the playoffs now. Shanahan's a really super, super young coach. Even the announcers were saying it after the game. Like he's got a whole career ahead of him, and I we all saw what Andy Reid did. Right? Andy Reid got his Super Bowl, and I think it's going to come sooner than a lot of people think.
Yeah. because I see us in the postseason for the next 5 years, bro. Like we have the team. We have a good team.
Yep. As long as we
the
can
defense,
keep,
you know what I mean. Our defense is like number one, bro. Like that game, we pretty much beat ourselves. Tart, bro. If Tart catches that interception, that's game over. It's game over, bro. He never misses. Like that's a. Bro.
He hasn't, he hasn't had an interception all year long.
Yeah, like how could like, you know, like I can't be mad at him because he's a good player. You know
he's a good player, but let me ask you this: we got 28 free agents. Do you think we may not re-sign him? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we draft we did draft Talanoa Hufanga, and I don't know. It's gonna. You know, I'd hate to see the guy go, but hey, you know, we might be able to get a cheaper option. You know?
It's hard to tell right now. And hopefully we get. I mean, if we. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say he hasn't been too healthy for us all the time, too. Man.
He's been like that. He's always been like that.
He's been battling injuries, man. So I mean, it might be a good thing to let him walk. I mean, I wouldn't be mad because it's not like he's a difference.
Yeah, he's not like one of our freaking Pro Bowlers.
Man. Yeah, I think it's like the rest of the corners, maybe outside of Mosley, is that he benefits from a great defensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though we didn't get there today, the defensive line didn't get to Stafford like they usually get to quarterbacks. So that's what I think Tart benefits from is a good defensive line that we got.
Yeah. Hey, so I have a question for you, Bash.
Go ahead, bro.
Our offensive line, bro, we're getting just like beat up, bro. Like they were getting to Jimmy. Okay, so do you think Trent Williams, bro, like his injury, do you think that had a lot to do with it? Like you don't think like
for the most part
he was getting beat, bro. Like,
he played okay. He wasn't dominating like I mean he had a high ankle sprain. So I mean I'm not gonna put all the blame on him on the offensive line. Compton, we definitely got to improve the right tackle position because Tom Compton is a backup. That's all he is. We had some success with him, though, winning some games with him, and I get it, you know. But I mean, he's not gonna be. He wouldn't be sought after if we released the guy. I mean, people would bring him on as a backup, but no team's gonna sit there and make him a starter. But we have him playing at a starter in the NFC Championship game, and he's not worthy of really playing there. There's way better talent in the NFL at the offside right tackle position. McGlinchey, a lot of people kind of ragged on him for his pass protection, but even McGlinchey is better than Tom Compton. It's just that McGlinchey's expectations were raised a lot higher because of where he was drafted. I get it. I don't know what McGlinchey's story is. I know he got injured. I'd like them to do this though. I don't want them to be complacent and just say, "Hey, we have McGlinchey." No. You try your best to get better at damn near every position on that football field. You know. So and on top of that, Brunskill, he kind of has his way with Aaron Donald from time to time, but hey, let's just try to improve on that. Alex Mack, I'm just going. You know, he's seen his better days in Atlanta and Cleveland. Let's be real here. Now he's a great leader. I kind of like him to if Joe Staley had been a center, that's kind of how I see Alex Mack. Alex Mack has had a wonderful career, and he looked good in spots this year. And you know, but at times you saw him getting bulldozed and pushed back. He's just not the same player. He was a beast at one point in time in the season. Alex Mack was wonderful, and he's an excellent leader, and he calls all the blitzes out, all the blitz protections and everything. Yeah, he calls all the blitz protections, and at one point his game
is here.
Yeah, but at one point he was a beast, you know, physically too. He's just not the same guy anymore. We got to find a guy to move on from him. Laken Tomlinson's a free agent. You know, he has a great relationship with Trent Williams. I'm assuming we bring him back. Laken Tomlinson loves the locker room culture, and he's always sending out great tweets about his the way he gets along with players and how much he respects his fellow teammates. So, you know, Tomlinson's a decent player, not bad. But, you know, they may have to shake up the O-line a bit. Now, we got pretty far with the O-line we had, but we could do a lot better is all I'm saying.
Hey, so how do you feel about K'Wan Williams?
K'Wan Williams, he's a free agent. Honestly,
by Cooper Kupp.
Honestly, he's seen better days, man. He's not the same guy in my opinion. I know they drafted Diamador Lenore to possibly take over at the nickel position. I don't know why we keep him inactive during all these games, and we were playing him at one point early in the season, and then we're not playing him. And back to the offensive line, we drafted Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks was supposed to be Brunskill's replacement. I don't know if they have him in the works to be the replacement next year or not. We drafted him in the second round, so we better prep him and get him ready. Because Brunskill's Brunskill. He's okay. He's all right. But, I mean, I don't think he's anything special. Really quick.
He's a good fill-in. Good fill-in.
He's a good, very, very good fill. Excellent backup. He could play both guard and tackle. And, but just think about it. If we had some better horses at the O-line, maybe this game might have played out a little bit better. I mean, in the run game, perhaps. It may have given Jimmy a little bit more time from time to time. We got Channel 49, a great supporter of my channel on Instagram. Awesome dude. Says, can anyone explain the penalty in Elshire taunting bogus? Oh, I don't know.
That was stupid.
He said I don't know I don't know if he said so. Again,
and that was like way after the play, bro.
I'm not here to complain about the refs. I haven't done much of it all year, but yeah, that was just,
when they throw a flag for taunting or something. Yeah, it was like it wasn't even a big deal. Come on.
It could have been something he said that wasn't nice. That's the only thing I can think of. Because other than that, it was nothing. But it could have been something verbally he said that the ref heard. That's it, man. That's the only thing I could think of. Other than that, that was a cheap call.
Okay, so my buddy Angel Cortez says Shanahan can't seem to hold on to leads. And then he says Shanahan's a good come from behind coach. You know what? Had the run game been what it normally was on average during the season, I think we would have held on to the lead just fine. The run game was severely below average today, and because of that, the weight of the game fell on Jimmy G's shoulders, and we know who Jimmy is. So I know you can rag on Shanahan all you want, but Shanahan's a run first coach, and how is he going to run the ball when Elijah Mitchell's only getting 1.8 yards per carry? I mean,
we can't win the game with 50 yards. 50 rushing yards ain't going to win it.
It sucks. I was excited about the running game being something today too, because we've been known to run on the Rams. We've been known to run on the Rams. Their defensive coordinator, shout out to him, Raheem, whatever his last name is, I forgot.
Yeah, they did a good job, bro. Like,
they did a good job. They were ready to play, and Stafford had that look and determination in his eyes, and you could tell by his gutsy throws that he was throwing downfield from time to time. Those throws look like garbage and may have looked like they were going to get picked off. But more often than not, when Stafford was airing the ball down the field, he had success. Our quarterback doesn't do that. All right, and he's not our quarterback anymore, so that's fine. But the quarterback that we had playing in this last game, Jimmy G. Once in a blue moon, he'll air it out deep or whatever. He had that one to Ayuk. But it's more often than not that he just sits there and dinks and dunks.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'll have three seconds to throw. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to see something good. Oh, JaMychal Hasty here, 2 yards, or Elijah Mitchell here. Come on, dude.
Yeah, he's like
air it out.
He's hitting the ground with the ball and everything. Yeah, and it's crazy, bro. It's like, I just don't get it, man. Like, a big game like this, and you just blow it. Like I'm trying to be happy, but I'm like inside it still, bro. Like I feel the same way you feel. Like, oh my god,
this is the game we needed. We needed Jimmy G this game.
Like that's what they wanted. The Rams wanted to shut our run game down, and they wanted us to win the game by Jimmy G. Jimmy G was gonna have to win the game for us, and it did not work out like that. It didn't work out, bro. And I love, like I said, I love the guy. Man. I'm a Jimmy G fan, but it didn't work out, bro. Like you couldn't do it. It especially that last play. Just throw the ball away. You know what I mean? Just throw it away. At least make your stats look a little better. You know what I mean? Just throw the ball away. What does he do? He throws like a softball, baseball. He just throws it up. Like 3 flies up. Who's gonna catch it? On that last play.
He should have
just throw it away. Make yourself look better, bro. You know what I mean? Like he just threw it up, toss it up. Like here, who's gonna grab it?
But once they grabbed him,
it no sense.
Once they grabbed him, he should have just took the sack. So because we still had one more play.
The sack or threw it away or something.
We still had one more play, which was 4th down, and they grabbed him, and he tried to make something happen, and
it just made him look terrible. Terrible. Like he just tossed the ball up. Like, what are you doing? I think that's what hurted us the most. That ending. That's not the way you end the game, bro. I'd rather see him go down with a sack anything. But the way he went out right there, it was like that's what just hurt it. Like that's not the way you end a NFC Championship game.
That was a rookie mistake.
Yep, we've seen the rookie mistakes all year. Dan, I have one more card I'm gonna bring on. I'm gonna have you on here,
bro.
I'm gonna have you on for a little bit longer, just a second. You mentioned but before I have your final thoughts, before I put the next caller on, I know you mentioned something about my song earlier when your audio was cutting off and I couldn't hear you good. I wasn't sure
yeah, we gotta hear that one time, bro. Who's
you
going to the game?
You know what?
Because my boy, like, check this out, bro. When I talked to Bushar earlier, he was down. He was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go live. I'm like, bro, you gotta go live, man. Like, let's hear the reaction from the fans. Let's just hear us out, bro. We gotta get this off our chest. And I was like, see my boy down. I gotta see you do the song, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing. It's been a good season. We beat the Cowboys and we beat the Packers. We still gotta celebrate. It's been a good season.
I know.
Bro.
I just can't celebrate today though because it's such a heartbreaking loss.
It is.
And I know I've been doing that song. I know.
It, bro. Let's hear it, bro. You gotta do it one time.
Yeah. Oh man, you really want me to do the song today? Huh?
Let's do it, bro. We gotta do it, man.
You want to?
It was a great season.
I'll do it for a little bit. Are you down? No, hang on. 49er dude is down for me to do the song live because usually I do when we get hyped, but it's like I feel like we do it to hype ourselves up before a game and get ourselves ready and feel good. But if 49er dude is down to do it right now, I'll do it. Otherwise I'm not gonna bother playing the song. I know it's your request. I know I don't want to let you down, but I don't know if 49er dude is down to do the song.
Hey, Bashar, I actually just sent you a message.
Okay.
If there's a way that you could keep Dab Dan in my spot, I do have to go, man.
Okay. I just saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, great having you on. You did a great job of co-hosting with me. Check out 49er Dude. He's a 49er rapper. I put the links to his social media in the description box of this video. He has some excellent 49er rap songs, Gold Blooded and 49er Fresh, and he's gonna he has my new theme song in the works, so we're gonna release it for season 2 of 49er Minded. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate it.
Having you on, dude. Good talking to you, bro. Go Niners. Sir. Next season we got it, bro.
All right, take care, bro.
Later.
All right. So Dan. So 49er Dude. All right. So you really want me to do the song, huh?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we'll do the song, and I will after I do the song, I'm gonna have my next guest come on, and just a second. Let me remove this guy.
Thanks for having me on, brother.
There you go. There you're right there. Okay. So let me cue up the song, and once we, I don't know how I'm gonna do this song after we freaking lost the NFC Championship
bro.
game,
We're still winners because we're
okay. All right, just for you, man. Just for you, I'm gonna get the song going. Just a second. I gotta cue it up, and then after that, we'll bring on Corey, who's been patiently waiting. And just a second, okay. I gotta pull the song up on my other browser, and we'll get ready to go. Just a second. I see you, Corey. Don't worry, man. You're gonna be next, so all is good. And I appreciate everybody who's called in so far, man. You guys have done an awesome job as callers, and 49er Dude did a great job co-hosting with me. He had to go. I love having I've had plenty of wonderful co-hosts throughout this season, by the way. A huge cast of characters, but they've all been excellent this season. I'm so thankful that they were all there to help me on with my show and partake in it. So I really appreciate all the people who've co-hosted my show. You guys know who you are. So with that said, let me try to share my screen. And I didn't want to play this song. I didn't really want to get on the hype train, but per request from hang on, why isn't it sharing the screen? Okay, here we go. Share system audio. I'm trying to set this up, guys. Just give me a second. Okay, and but yeah, for the record, I did not want to do this song. We lost the game, but it's a request from a really good friend of mine, Dan over here. He watches this show a whole lot with his son, and they're big fans of the show. So with that said, I guess I'm gonna play this and role play as if we had won the NFC Championship game. I'm playing this for the sole reason to top to say, hey, this is how we topped the season. We had a good season in terms of the fact that it was better than what we expected, better than what I expected. It exceeded my expectations. So, I didn't think we were going to go to the playoffs. I thought we were going to be a garbage trash team, not in the playoffs. So, hey, we're in the playoffs. We won 2 games. We beat the Cowboys. We beat the Packers. And with that said, here we go.
Touchdown! Get ready. Next season, bro, we got this.
It's the beginning of the Trey Lance dynasty officially.
Who's going to the game? What's good? What's good? Who's going to the game?
What's good? What's good?
Y'all going to the game?
Come on, faithful.
I'm going to the game. Dan, I know it's for you, bro. All right, 49ers for life, baby.
Y'all going to the game?
I'm never gonna. These colors are never gonna go.
Who's going to the game? What's good? I know it'll be popping up in your neighborhood. Them 49ers gonna punch y'all in the mouth. They're gonna rename SoFi Stadium to
Levi South.
Them LA Rams
don't stand a chance.
Cause Debo Samuel scored touchdowns
and do the hyphy dance.
You never sell out your stadium cause you got no fans. At the end of the day, you're the same old sorry ass Rams. You know our defense is lit and it always be cracking. Just like Green Bay, winners to the Rams home pack. We're taking the lead by storm and y'all have been blinded. Nobody rests the squad better.
The 49er minded.
We'll have it confused. We'll make it linebackers frozen. The Scott Shanahan always draws players over. He's draining Fred Warner. We're top 5 D'Amico to make a sorry quarterback.
Look like Uncle Rico.
Who's going to the game?
What's good? What's good? Going to the game. Y'all going to the game. I'm going to the game. Who's going to the game? What's up, Niner Empire? Love Niner Empire. I love my Niners for life. I'm a Niner for life. Hey, you're welcome. I'm going to put Corey on. Great to have you on, man. I had to do that by your request. I didn't want to do the song, but since you brought it up, hey, I did it for you, bro, and my Niner fans.
Empire. Love you guys.
All right, man. I'm going to put Corey on. Take care, bro.
Have a good night, guys. Later.
All right. And patiently waiting. I have Corey. Let me just say what's up to this guy really quick. It's Barry Baller 18. He's a fellow YouTuber, content creator, loves the 49ers, awesome guy. Says Bashar always has good guests. You were one of them, bro. So, and one of them right here, Corey's been a guest on my show, Sports Fanatic. I know we've seen better days as Niner fans. What's on your chest, bro? Let's hear it.
The fact that Kyle Shanahan finds ways to blow fourth quarter leads. It just seems to happen over and over and over again. They have the Rams in their grasp, stepping on their throat, and they let them gasp for air. I thought it was Mosley who dropped the ball. Was it Tart who ended up missing that interception?
That interception where it was right to him was Jaquaski Tart.
And that would have ended the game.
Mm-hmm.
Niners would be in the Super Bowl as we speak.
Yes, sir.
You give teams like this. Cooper Kupp was really the one guy I didn't want to see go off. He goes off. OBJ, the cocky, arrogant son who he is, goes off. Jalen Ramsey needs to be punched in the mouth about 10,000 times. But the issue I had was, and I think your guest made a good point of it earlier when I was on, the Rams stacked the box for the majority of this game. If Jimmy
and they were successful.
Right. If Jimmy Garoppolo could have taken his head out of his ass and realized, they're trying to stop the run. Let's try to have our front 5 with a banged up left tackle try to blow this up instead of running jet sweeps or just, pitches trying to get to the outside because the linebackers are about as overrated as a $2 bill. Call an audible.
Yeah.
Call an audible like you did that completely fucked us 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. Call an audible. Have Debo go out for a quick slant, get past that first line of defense, and have him run for 40 or 50 yards, if not farther. Mistakes. I think they handled their business through about 3 quarters like they did in the Super Bowl a couple years ago. And then good old reliable Kyle Shanahan doesn't know how to make the proper adjustment. It's one of those things that you have to learn from. Speaking to Kyle Shanahan here, you screwed up the Super Bowl years ago where you let Tom Brady come back from 25 down. You have Patrick Mahomes on the ropes 2 years ago in the Super Bowl. You have Mostert run 12 times in a Super Bowl where he was the reason why you only needed Garoppolo to throw about 10 times a game. Garoppolo played very well up until the last few drives, but the problem was that the offensive line could not give him the protection.
And we couldn't run the ball for crap, so we had to pass the whole time.
Because
So
the LA Rams sold out. That was a straight sellout job. If Garoppolo could have changed the plays, just a word, something, say, hey, we're going to change this. Debo go out on a quick slant. Kittle get out. Start messing up the cornerbacks and the safeties out there. And I think the other problem, and I don't know if this would have affected us in the Super Bowl or not, but they got to get out of the zone coverage mess, because that is what burnt us today and a lot through of the season with high rated receivers.
Well, the pass rush was usually a bit better too, though. So it's like
it was
the pass
that
rush not
but
being
you
there.
can't have a guy like Emmanuel Mosley playing Odell Beckham or Cooper, whoever he's got. I think it was OBJ, 5 yards off, because Stafford's going to make that play every single time. The fact that Tart misses that interception, which was easily the worst throw Stafford had all game.
Easily, it was right
in his hands. Right in his hands. And yes, Garoppolo missed a few passes there that he should have had. But all in all, I thought he played a very, very good game up until the last couple possessions. I mean, it was one of those things. We are better than the Rams. We have been better than the Rams for the vast majority of the season. There was a reason why we had beaten them the 2 times in the regular season, the 2 times in the regular season last year, the 2 times in the regular season the year before. It just pisses me off that Sean McVay, who I think is a very overrated coach, doesn't make adjustments properly. They had a game plan, they stuck to it, and Kyle Shanahan couldn't give him the counterpunch to throw something different. Where were the reverses? Where were the trick plays? Where were the gadgets? He called this game so vanilla, it almost felt like I was watching a preseason game.
Let me see.
Ridiculous.
Low the Truth earlier asked a question. I didn't get to it. He said, 49er dude, where you're at in the Bay. That was my guest earlier. He's actually he's an LA guy. He was at the game. He was an LA guy. And Corey, I don't know where Corey went. I don't know where he went. But in the meantime, let me bring on this Corey. What's up, Corey Davis? How you doing?
Hello. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Okay, hang on. Let me take you off and put Corey back on, the other Corey.
Okay.
And then when he's done, I'll put you back on, all right? Hang on. All right, you're back.
Sorry.
I thought you got mad and left.
You had no idea. I go to an annual crab feed every year. Twice in 3 years, our Niners were there. Took care of business the first time with no trouble at all. They did everything I initially thought, where they win the toss, they kick the ball off, they get a 3 and out. They can't answer. I wanted the long 9-10 minute drives. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen with the lack of the run game, but Garoppolo should have been able to make the audibles to change for quick hitch routes and quick underneaths and something where you have a team that's telling you, we're committing to stopping this run. So let's get Garoppolo with a 2 or 3 step drop and have Debo go across the middle, or Ayuk or Juwan Jennings or Kittle, or even just hit Elijah Mitchell with a bubble screen and get out in the open field. Nobody has the yak yards like we do. And Cooper Kupp, as good as he is, they needed to defend the guy better. Put a safety over the top and just make sure that that guy was not going to get the targets. He had like 150 yards passing, receiving. There was no reason for that. DeMeco Ryans did not make the adjustments. And again, hopefully next year that the secondary is strong enough where we can get out of this zone mess and start playing more man-to-man.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do we re-sign Tart?
Yes.
Okay, you want him back? Okay.
Yes.
And I don't know what the hell the whole Verrett thing is going to be, but either way, I think we should try to, if free agency or the draft or whatever, both try to get another corner, two cornerbacks, some corners in. The
organization is they never. It's a lot like the Giants. They just never go after the big name free agent.
Yeah.
You look at the Rams. The Rams were dead to rights, going all in this season. Going to be absolutely screwed in the offseason with no draft picks, cap whatever, and they had a lot like us. They just have all these players on 1-year deals. I don't know what they're going to do in this offseason, but I hope to God that Joe Burrow has the answer and punches them right in the mouth in a couple of weeks, because I can't stand this fan base. Just can't stand it.
Yeah,
we are a
yeah.
better team. We have been better for the vast majority of the season. The 12-5 season, I would have called as overrated as anybody. A lot like what I would have said with the Packers last week. It's ridiculous.
They had the better quarterback, though. The team with the better quarterback
is not a team. Quarterback is one
I know,
player.
but look how aggressive Stafford was making all those throws downfield. Jimmy would never do that.
He made a lot of terrible throws. The interception that he did ended up throwing was a terrible throw. We've mentioned the Tart near interception. The problem was that front four couldn't get the offensive line played the game of their life. Because
I don't. Were they getting? Pressured. Okay, let me ask you this: do you think at points in time some flags should have been thrown?
Yeah, Bosa was getting tackled on every
I saw that too. Mm-hmm.
But they don't call anything for Bosa.
Yeah, but he had a sack too, and he gets a sack damn near every game. He had a sack, and in the previous game, so the pass rush collectively was way more successful.
They broke the streak of like 8 or 9 games with 3 or more sacks because the referees. Yeah. Want to keep flags in their pocket.
Let's move on for this game. But do you feel? How do you feel going into the 2022 season? Just to let us know about that, and after that, we'll go to the other Corey. He's been waiting for a long, long time.
I believe it will depend on all these free agents that we're going to have, because we're kind of in the doghouse now too of who we're going to bring back. You asked me about Tart. The front 7 is as good as anybody in football. They need to obviously get another cornerback or 2, depending on what's getting re-signed. We dealt with a lot of injuries just like every other team, but I think they need to shore up that offensive line, add a little bit more depth, and maybe one more receiver. And possibly
I'd like a burner. I'd like a burner receiver, a nice young burner. Not this trash guy that we've had that Kyle used to coach in Cleveland. And who's that guy, that kick returner that we had?
Could you have imagined
Travis Benjamin? Travis
Benjamin. He was done once he left the Chargers. I think we know why the Chargers ended up releasing him eventually.
You asked me, could I imagine what?
If Marquise Goodwin was still on this team. Because he's that one-trick pony that I think
the problem with Goodwin is that he'd always get hurt, or he'd always have some.
But he's that burner.
He's that burner, but he'd always have some weird family off-the-field issue that would get in the way, and I don't know why.
I know they're not going to do this, but Debo could be that burner. Brandon Ayuk could be that burner.
Brandon Ayuk, from time to time, they can get open on deep routes, and I think when we have Trey Lance in the mix, expect a whole lot more.
That's why we didn't have that burner type of receiver. Because you knew Garoppolo was never going to attempt a 40-yard pass.
That's part of it, yeah.
You get a guy like this. He ends up developing and ends up getting comfortable in the system, in the National Football League, with the speed and everything else. This guy's going to tear this league up.
Okay, so you kind of answered my question, but before I put the other Corey on, and what do you have to say to people that say that Trey Lance isn't ready? What goes in your mind?
He needs to stub his toe before he can get back up and keep moving. He needs to make mistakes, learn from them, and get better. He was pretty much at a disadvantage this year because he was just sitting on the bench the entire year. He had the 2 starts. He came in the second half in that Seattle game, and he came in, end of the first half against Green Bay in week 3 and played a little bit in the first couple of weeks, but he needs time to develop. He needs, preseason is going to be very key. Looking at the schedule this year, it's fairly soft. I mean, yeah, they'll have Tampa Bay, but Tom Brady looks like he's probably not going to be there. Okay. Chicago, garbage. We'll see what Miami looks like this year. You have the 6 division games, and then you're going to get teams like the Saints and the Falcons again and the Panthers. I don't see a lot there. Yes, they do get Patrick Mahomes at home this year. Yes, they do have to go back to SoFi a second time against Justin Herbert and the Chargers. They get to go to Mile High this year. You know, and I misspoke there. SoFi is actually the Chargers are actually going to be at home, but they're going to get Justin Herbert. They're going to get Patrick Mahomes. They're going to be going up against some pretty good quality quarterbacks this year. But as you're looking as a whole, I think the Niners might have the 5th toughest schedule going into the season. I have to double check to see. I think they were somewhere right in the middle, maybe 18th or 19th toughest going into this season. Looking at winning percentages, they're in the top. I think they're at number 5 or number 6 in the strength of schedule. So the schedule will get harder, but a lot of winnable games, and they have to be able to kind of get that camaraderie going again like they did this year. Trust the system and hope that Trey Lance can take them to that Super Bowl.
Okay. Great having you on as always. I'm going to put on the other Corey now. So
thanks,
that's
brother.
Corey Sports Fanatic. His name says Corey at Sports Fanatic at Sport_Fanatic 10. Follow him on Twitter. Great dude. And knows a lot about all kinds of sports. I'm awesome to have him on. I'm going to put on the next Corey. Take care, dude.
Thanks,
Too bad
brother.
we didn't get it, man. Take care, man. And you've been waiting very patiently. It's my East Bay homeboy, Corey Davis. What's up, man? I know we've seen better days as 49er fans. What's on your mind?
Well, it's just terrible. I just had my gut feeling when after Tart dropped that interception that we were going to lose the game.
Oh yeah. That's hard. I celebrated. I was like, yes, and I was like, I couldn't believe he dropped it. It was in 49er history, I'd say that's the easiest interception gifted to a DB that was just dropped. And just a second, let me address something in the chat. Somebody said something that was interesting. That was, I don't know what he said. It said, caller, don't know what he's talking about. He's everywhere off the drink. I don't know what you're referring to, Low the Truth. I don't know if it was a previous one, but all right. He did say, bro, Kyle game plans for Jimmy like a puppet because he's been seeing his weaknesses 4 years ago, and you can tell because he never runs 10 yards out downfield. I mean, to those who say, I mean, the thing is so slight. They said, Kyle gives up leads. I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't have a dynamic quarterback that's going to take shots down the field when you need to or be aggressive when you need to when the running game is non-existent. Had the running game been existent, dude, we probably would have won. We probably would have held on to the lead, even if Tart didn't catch that interception. But the game fell on Jimmy's shoulders, and I've been saying from time to time, Jimmy G's not the type of guy that's going to carry you on the team on his shoulders and win games with his arm. He's not. What do you think about that, Corey?
Oh yeah, because he had a instead of throwing it to the sideline to this other guy, he had somebody running deep. But he couldn't throw it that deep, so he couldn't get to that person. I can't think who it was, but I saw a guy. It might have been Kittle running deep.
I remember that it was Kittle. It was Kittle who's running deep down in the middle of the field, and yeah, Jimmy missed him. I will say this: it was nice when he threw that little short pass to Debo, and Debo got that big run on the touchdown, the yards after the catch. And Debo dove to the end zone. I forgot to mention that earlier. I called him Super Devo because he kind of flew like Superman to cross the goal line on that play, and I love the throw that he threw to Brandon Ayuk on the deep pass. That was really nice. The touchdown to George Kittle was nice, and a couple plays here and there were nice. But honestly, I didn't have going once Tart made that drop, and then they ended up scoring the field goal. And I knew that obviously we had Jimmy with 1 minute and 30 seconds, 90 seconds, I believe it was, to start off that drive. I wasn't feeling like, oh man, we got this. Jimmy's gonna put us on a whole heroic drive, so at least with the game tying field goal or possibly a touchdown. I'll be honest, not that I was saying that we were gonna lose right now, but my expectations were set pretty low. Like I was like, okay, cool, I'd love to win, I'd love to tie the game or whatever, but I knew for a fact that when the game falls on Jimmy's shoulders and he has to make these huge, gigantic throws, and we're pinned back at the 15-yard line or 10-yard line, and you have a short amount of time. Every now and then, Jimmy's had some drives where sure, game-winning type drives or where we tie it, sure, every now and then. But he just, he's limited. He is who he is, man. And none of it surprised me. None of it really pissed me off and had me throwing things or cussing, but we all know who the guy is, and we're moving on from him for a reason. Any other thoughts you got going on, bro? I can't speak up, bro. I don't hear you that good.
I was just thinking, like it went across my head. I'm wondering too. Oh,
Altour, I'm with you on that. I didn't. Yeah, thank you. I agree with you, Altour. What are you trying to say, Corey? What's on your mind?
I'm just wishing that we just won that game.
Yeah.
That I would caught that ball. And
yeah. What are your thoughts going into next season, man? We're moving on from Jimmy. What do you think about this whole Trey Lance thing, and what are your thoughts about that?
we gotta get him. I'm wondering if we're gonna resign. We got all these free agents.
We have a lot of free agents, bro. We have a whole lot.
Yeah, we got make sure we get Debo. Yeah, Debo gets signed. We gotta sign him to extension.
Mm-hmm.
And Bosa.
Yeah, Bosa. I forgot who's. I think Debo's contract's gonna be up first before Bosa. So it looks like they're possibly gonna. They were talking about doing an extension for Debo. Debo was crying after the game. You know, Debo. We lost that Tennessee Titans game, and Debo ran for all those crazy yards after the catch, and then he was gassed out, and he went to the sidelines because he was so out of gas. And Debo has done so much for Jimmy G this year. I mean, he's been Jimmy G's security blanket. He'll catch a little hitch, a short pass, and turn it into a gigantic gain. I mean, I can't say enough about Debo, what he's done this year. But Corey, man, it's been great having you on, man. I always appreciate it, man. I know we were up on the CG stream. It's been a while since I jumped on there, but I know you're doing your thing on your picks YouTube channel and stuff like that. Always great having you on, bro. Okay.
Okay.
All right, man. What's up?
Go 49ers.
Go Niners. Niners all day. Let's go. All right, so that is Corey. That I had a ton of calls that I took today, but hey, it was my pleasure. The show is at the 2-hour mark, and I don't know if anybody else is coming on, but I know I'm going to have to catch up with some stuff that people said in the chat really quick before we possibly wrap this up. Darwin Gonzalez says, sucks we lost. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. And what's Chardal saying? He says, I love your 49er sweatshirt. Hey, this is my 49er hoodie. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. I need to get some new Niner gear. My Niner gear is a bit outdated. My birthday is coming up this week, so who knows? Maybe I might have some new Niner gear coming away. I was hoping to possibly get some, Super Bowl Niner gear for this upcoming, but hey, that didn't happen, right? But yeah, if I'm missing anything else in the chat, I'm just looking to see what you guys had to say. Shout out to Ryan Gutierrez again, a good buddy of mine from the Candlestick days. This guy's like the loudest fan I've ever met at Candlestick, and never seen any found nowhere near as loud at Levi's or anything like that. Awesome dude, and huge diehard 49er fan. And it was a letdown. It was a letdown, man. It was a letdown. Shab said, Altour, good buddy of mine, says, good listening, brother. Keep at it. Where can we contribute? I don't have a Patreon link set up. I'm thinking about doing it in the future. I do have a PayPal link. I can post it in the chat, actually. It's my, if you guys have PayPal, I'll just post it in the chat. It's just my email, actually. My email address is my PayPal chat. I was thinking about setting up a Patreon because I don't have it to where. So if I get 1,000 subscribers and if I get monetized by YouTube, I'm not there yet. They can actually have it where they'll post a super chat and people can drop donations in the links right there, and that would be great because keep in mind, doing this, I do it for you guys. I do it for myself. I love the 49ers and love my 49er faithful out there, but things do cost money. I bought this mic right here. It's a pretty expensive microphone. I bought equipment as well. Bought a expensive camera, about lighting, and if I sell this camera off, maybe I can get a better camera, or you never know. Any equipment that I get does cost money, and if I could get donations along the way, hey, I'll gladly appreciate it. I'll come on here and donate my time. I just love having you guys on here. Ryan Gutierrez says, Bash is a man. I should have been there. At the game. Yeah, I wish you would have been there. That would have been nice. Said 10 subscribers in no time. Hey, I'm not even at 1,000. He said 10K subscribers. I'm not even at 1,000, man. But hey, I'm almost at 400. So hey, Rome wasn't built in one day, right? And it says keep it up. Thank you. Very much appreciate it. And I'm almost about to close this off. Hey, Bashar, I'm having a stream tomorrow. Do you want to join me? I might be a little busy tomorrow, but hit me up on Twitter and we'll see what's going on there. Yeah, I can't do 1080p streams right now because, for example, I'm using the free version of StreamYard. That's another thing. So I would actually have to pay a monthly fee. I think it's like $40 a month to do 1080p streams. My camera can definitely handle. I have the nice Sony camera. It's a decent camera for web. Basically, it's a digital handheld camera. It's a Sony A5100, and I connect it to this adapter, HDMI adapter, and then you can use it as a webcam. That's pretty much what I'm using right now. But sure, I'd love to upgrade and use it as a 1080. Right now, it only lets me do 720. And you know what? It's been a crazy season, man. A rocky season. A lot of terrible games that we lost, many of those games we could have won. We didn't get blown out once all year. That was a strong, test for our defense. Our defense held up almost every game. Now we didn't win every game, but for the most part, our defense was pretty damn strong. You made it. Is Elgato? I know Elgato has a. I don't use the Elgato. I use a knockoff version of it actually that I had on Amazon. I know what you're talking about. That's the Elgato adapter. They put out great equipment, but their equipment's super pricey. But yeah, man, this season. I mean, at one point in the season, I was just telling my friends like, we're not gonna make the playoffs. We're on this terrible losing streak. I was calling for Jimmy to be benched for quite some time. To be honest with you guys, Trey Lance was who I was. So I wanted either Trey Lance or Justin Fields, either or. And the more I knew about Trey Lance and the more I saw of him, he grew on me. I was at his first preseason game when he threw that deep touchdown to Trent Sherfield. I had a lot of high hopes for Trey Lance going into the season. And, somebody whispered to me who's connected to the organization. This is like maybe about week 4, week 5. I can't remember, but kind of whispered to me that, hey, look, as much as you want Trey Lance to play, and Shanahan is a Trey Lance guy. Obviously, that was his guy, but it sounds like they're putting Jimmy G in the driver's seat to finish off the season and try to up his trade value. And at the end of the day, the organization pretty much had it in mind that they weren't going to bench the guy getting paid $27 million a year, and the guy on the rookie contract is going to have to sit and learn this year because the guy in front of him makes way more. Makes way more. So it is what it is. Hey, we tried our best to get Jimmy G in the Super Bowl, and I didn't even think we were going to go to the Super Bowl. I was just thinking, hey, win a playoff game and see what happens. I was thinking we were either going to win in the wild card round or possibly lose. So everything else was extra. We were playing with house money, and that's where the season went. The off season is going to get going. The 49ers have 28 free agents. That's a whole lot. We don't have a first round draft pick, so they're going to try to. So that's the thing. We traded up a lot of picks to. We traded off a lot of picks to get Trey Lance, right? So obviously we're going to want something in return for trading Jimmy G. Possibly get a second rounder. Some people think we can get a first rounder. I don't think so, but the whispers I've heard from people who've talked to certain people in the NFL think that we're going to get a lot more than Jimmy G than what most people expect. So in my opinion, I'll be perfectly happy with the second rounder. If it's anything else more than that, it's a plus. I'll take it. But let me see. Oh yeah, he asked me a question. My really good friend from way back. So the little we saw of Lance, what do you think? I love what I saw from Trey Lance. Now, sure, in that Arizona Cardinals game, the play calling was a little questionable from time to time. His decision making was questionable from time to time. His throws were questionable as well. I know he had that one interception, but keep in mind, Trey Lance at that point in the season was still sustaining an injury that he had in the Raiders game. A lot of people don't know this. I don't know what the exact type of injury was. It was some type of finger, either sprain or some type of finger injury he had on his throwing hand. And keep in mind that injury didn't heal up fully up until like week 11 of the NFL season. So, but maybe around week 12 or so, they were hearing whispers around from the 49ers defensive players because Trey Lance was running the scout team the whole time. They were basically saying that, and for guys like Fred Warner were stepping up and saying, a few people were saying it, that like, hey, look, Trey Lance is looking really good in practice right now, and he's shredding up our first team defense. And our first team defense gave up the third least yards in the whole season. So it's not like, we don't have a scrub defense or anything like that. We have one of the better defenses in the NFL. We had the best defense remaining in the playoffs. So I feel good about Trey. And when we saw him step in the Texans game in the first half, Kyle Shanahan had the training wheels on him. He wasn't really letting him air it out. But the second half, we saw a whole different Trey Lance that looked really nice. And I feel great about that guy, about him. I mean, I'm thinking he can take us to great places, and it's going to be fun to watch him. And sure, there'll be mistakes next year, because he hasn't really been out there. He hasn't had the reps, but I think we're very fortunate to have the guy, waiting in the wings. And we're a strong defensive team. We have the playmakers. We have Brandon Ayuk. We got George Kittle, obviously. We got Deebo Samuel, Brandon. Juwan Jennings. That is. We need to get a burner, though. I'd like to have a burner. I love Elijah Mitchell at running back. Does Mostert come back? Mostert has an amazing explosion at running back, amazing breakaway speed. I think Trey Lance will have a great foundation come into next season on the offensive side of the ball, and our defense is pretty strong. And do we improve? And do we fill certain holes? That's the question. Do we fix parts of the O-line? Do we fix parts of the secondary? We'll find out once the offseason gets going. We'll see how the free agency, the draft plays out. And so Don Suave asked me, Bashar, are you doing a Super Bowl show? I wasn't planning on doing one, but maybe I'll do it the day after. I don't know. I mean, the Niners aren't playing in it, right? So we'll see. But anyways, guys, let's see what he says. Twitter Shop says, thanks for the thoughts, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for coming on. I'm going to wrap it up right now. But, hey, it's been an amazing season because my expectations were a whole lot lower. I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't expecting to be challenging to go to the Super Bowl. That did not cross my mind at all. I was thinking we weren't even going to go to the playoffs. So, hey, we exceeded my expectations. Thank you guys in the chat. Thanks to all the callers. Thanks to my guest, 49er-dude. I'm going to have to close up the show. Thank you for everybody for being a part of season 1 of 49er Minded, where we get into the minds of 49er fans and keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er minded. Come on, 49er fans, let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We gotta do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We gotta get that brick by brick real quick.
49er mind.
Yeah, yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49er mind.
We from the Bay.
49er mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49er mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.
49